Harmon, my man Harmon, he's hilarious. He's wonderful. He's not me on Facebook anymore. Thank God. He was scaring me with that because he was so good at it.
Yeah.
Comedy Writers Guild.
Comedy Writers Guild.
It's a motherfucking Comedy Writers Guild.
Comedy Writers Guild, CWG.
What is going on, beautiful, fucked up people? And we are back with another episode of the Comedy Writers Guild. For those of you that don't know, my name is Harmon. And as always, I have my lovely co-host, Travis Wayne. Travis is the Brian Redband to my Tony Hinchcliffe with a lot less fart noises. So yeah, we have an amazing episode ready for you guys tonight. I hope you're ready. I hope you get those fingertips ready and those creative juices going. But for anybody who might be new or doesn't know what this is all about, let me explain to you real fast. So how it works is we'll start off with a joke setup or a concept, and it is your job to deliver the funniest punchline in the comments. You have 15 minutes to submit your answers or give a thumbs up to your favorite responses. Meanwhile, we will try our best to keep you entertained with our hilarious and spontaneous banter on topics of conversation that just happen to naturally arise. Now, remember, just go in there with your funniest, most creative punchlines. If you win, you get 15 minutes. But one of the most important key factors to this is to make sure you give a thumbs up. Show some love to your fellow comics. Give a thumbs up to who you think was the funniest. Okay? That's a big part of this. It's all about the team, you know? So that being said, should we get into it, Travis?
Yeah, I think possibly we should.
All right. I think that's why everybody's here, right? So for the first joke concept of the night, we have, why wasn't Caitlyn Jenner on the all-women space flight? Got it, Travis?
Yes, sir, I certainly do.
There we go. Why wasn't Caitlyn Jenner on the all-women space flight? Now, that being said, that brings us to tonight's special guest. Okay. I'm going to be learning, for those of you that don't know who she is, I'm going to be learning just as much about her as you are. Besides the fact that I've been friends with her on Facebook for about a year and a half. I follow some of the stuff that she does, but I have not seen, I'll be honest, like, I have not seen much of her stage time, but from what I hear of everybody out in Austin, she's one of the funniest comics out there. So she's your favorite comedian's favorite comedian. Some of the people that we've had on here before, like Lindsay Campbell, raves about her. Celia Contreras raves about her, and just a lot of people. So I want to see what the fuck they're talking about. So tonight, episode 11, I bring you guys to Alexa Irizarry.
Hi, I'm excited to be here.
Alexa, well, welcome and thank you for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. I'm happy. I mean, I also didn't get included in the women's space flight, so. Yeah, unfortunately.
I wonder why. You
Because I
seem.
already cut off my rocket.
Uh, I love it. I love it. So one of the main things that we ask on this podcast, like I have a deep love and appreciation and fascination with the art of comedy itself. So, what does your creative writing process look like to you?
Oh my God. So it's a little bit insane. I'm one of those people that I pretty much like script out everything I write, so it's very formulaic. That way all the punchlines tend to be really quick. But as far as like ideas go, sometimes I'll watch the news. Sometimes I will just go through my life because I was like addicted to meth for a long time. So sometimes like I'll call my cousin and I'll be like, hey, what's something crazy that I did on meth? Because I don't honestly remember half the time because I was like hallucinating, and like just all kinds of other
Yeah.
stuff. So he'll be like, oh, remember that one time that you showed up on meth to a GameStop for a job interview 2 weeks late, and then you wagged your finger at the cashier and was like, if you would be lucky to have someone that speaks 3 languages, and then knocked over 5 displays on your way out the door. You
Do
know?
do you speak 3 languages?
Russian, Mandarin, and English.
Wow. Travis also speaks many languages.
你也说中
Oh,
文吗？
我的中文太不好了. My Chinese is very bad these days.
我的中文也是少。
Yeah, I took more Russian than Chinese. That was the main one. I kind of originally my career goal was I wanted to work for the CIA and study like Central Eurasia, so like Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and the breakup of those former Soviet states. So I thought since those areas are kind of between Russia and China's sphere of influences, those be 2 languages to study, so I could look at like primary documents and things.
Damn, I
Dude.
was just trying to get some of that horizontal, you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Oh, you would have been a rice queen.
Something like that.
Yeah, from that would have been an amazing story as well, from meth head to CIA.
Well, yeah, I stopped that because I don't know, when I became a woman, kind of, not really, but like when I transitioned stuff, I wanted like the real female experience from Ohio. So after that, I dropped out of school and I started dating a meth dealer and lived in a trailer park because I was like, I just want to be a real woman.
That's what real women do, for
Well,
sure.
my
But
dogs are
you can only smoke meth in the kitchen, right?
well, I would shoot it. I'm not pussy.
Oh,
I want a
fuck
pussy. I don't
yeah.
have one.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. Yeah, I was a heroin addict myself, so I get it.
Those were fun times. I noticed like because when I was in rehab, they always told me, one day you're going to meet a good man, and everything like that when you go off heroin. I don't think that's true. I really don't. I had way better luck dating when I was on heroin. But I think that's just because guys like it if you pass out before you can say no.
Yeah, that's very true. So like people say that like you're born gay, like being gay isn't a choice, right? But like, how do you explain meth then?
Uh, me- meth turns people gay, 100%.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been saying that for years. I've had plenty of friends who are they say they're straight, but they did a little meth and they've had all of them. 100% of them have had gay experiences. I've never tried meth, by the way. That's the only drug I never tried. But not saying that I wouldn't have had a gay experience because who knows?
Oh, if you were on meth, you would have been here, not on that side of the podcast. You would have been here in like a poodle skirt in a cage while I smoke cigarettes and just ash them on your tongue, and you would be paying me $50 a minute for it. But no,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't need meth for that. Okay. I
but
just need a plane ticket.
but like a lot of guys like I because I originally got sober in AA. I can tell who in my hometown relapsed on meth by who hits me up. Because every single time I get the same message, it's like, hey, I'm really sorry I never talked to you in public, when I would see you at AA, but I thought you were really pretty. And the message would be at 3:30 a.m.
Oh
So in
yeah.
Ohio, it's 4:30 a.m. And I'm just like,
Do you find that often? Do you find that like you get hit up by straight men a lot?
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of like the Eddie Murphy situation. They're undercover homosexuals, and if I told anyone about it, they would secretly kill me, like like Eddie Murphy did to that one lady.
Yeah.
But
Well,
no, yeah, I'm half of like rural Ohio's experimental phase.
okay, that was a lot to take in right there.
No, like I have had more Nazis in me than the Republican National Convention. Like it is like
I
like
love.
literally every single one of my boyfriends, like back in Ohio, they had a swastika somewhere.
I believe that. I believe that.
Somewhere, a chest.
Ohio is like the West Virginia of the North.
Pretty much. I mean, we like border West Virginia, so I mean,
Oh, I
I
know.
actually did one.
Yeah.
I
Go.
ironically enough, I did one comedy show in West Virginia. It was in Bell, West Virginia, and it
Shit.
was like it was the most liberal show I've ever done. It was strange. It was like,
Now earlier, I want to go back a little bit. So earlier you were like, when I became a woman, well, kind of, not really. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? So this is my first time ever talking to a trans woman. Okay. Uh, Besides, like, I've done my research on like Pornhub and stuff like that, of course, where most people do their research. But like, this is my first time actually speaking, so like, I have some questions. Is that okay?
yeah, that's fun. I mean, I might turn you off from the experience though. Like one time I hooked up with a guy back in Ohio, right? Like, so this was like when I first transitioned, I hooked up with this guy. Literally afterwards, a month later, he got busted because he wrote a manifesto about how he wants to like unalive, because we're on the internet, unalive trans women with a baseball bat. He wrote like a 20-page manifesto, published it online, and it was like all the media craze. And it was after I hooked up with him. 20-page,
Wow.
I want to genocide trans people.
Wow. Well, consider yourself lucky. He didn't like. Yeah, that's wild.
I'm bad and bad.
Oh, you think you like turned them off like that?
Oh,
That's kind of like when a dude's with a chick and like that chick ends up leaving him and turning lesbian. You know, you're like, damn, did I suck that bad?
I mean, there's a Jewish woman out there who is very upset that she didn't try harder when she was given a blowjob to Hitler.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Travis, that was actually kind of, oh no, that wasn't you. I'm sorry. That was Mag. Sorry to bring that up. Mag actually did a joke concept. He texted me a joke concept that was similar to that, what you just said. So now we won't use that one. Um, yeah, that's wild. But to go back to the question, you were like kind of a woman. Like what does that mean? Like, because I
I
never know what to say. I make a lot of trans jokes, but I make a lot of black jokes. I make white jokes. I make jokes about everybody. They're all jokes. They're all like nothing's out of hate or anything like that. But what do you mean by that? I'm curious.
I think trans women are mentally ill men.
Do you think you're a mentally ill man?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I prefer she, her pronouns. I socially, I like to, interact as like a woman. It makes me feel good if people see me that way. But 100%, I think it's a mental illness.
I do too. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way.
Yeah,
You know,
it's like you wouldn't say like, oh, he has depression. Terrible person. No, it's just like a mental illness that a very small percentage of the population has, and you just deal with it. You know.
right, right. That's the key thing though, is like society needs to learn to deal with that. I think where society gets like a little irritated with it is things being pushed on them that were never pushed on them before. You know what I mean?
Um, yeah, I would say that, but also, I honestly blame a lot of because I used to be like very conservative with it, but I mean, realistically, it's as a society, we've decided to make a mountain out of a molehill because our government doesn't want to do anything to address the material conditions that are slowly declining in this country. So we like choose to argue about this like culture stuff because if you really look at it in 2016, like when it was first going out, most people, every time there was like a bathroom bill, it didn't pass. No one cared. they found an in with the athlete thing, blew it out of proportion, and then now it's like, oh, hate this, hate that. I do kind of find it funny though. Trans people, it seem to be like the only group when it's like they're like, oh, they asked for too much, and that's why we're getting pushback. We're not allowed to say another group does that. I'm not going to say it because we're on Facebook, but there's another group that definitely, legitimately does some bad stuff, and then if you push back at that, they're like, oh, we can't mention that.
Well, I'm gonna let you know right now, we've said some wild shit on Facebook and we have yet to be booted. So
Mhm.
you can pretty much speak freely. I don't think Zuckerberg looks into lives at all. 'Cause
I don't know. Well, me and Zuckerberg have some issues because I'm banned from Facebook dating. But and I thought this was a free speech platform, but I guess not, apparently.
oh, that happened recently, right?
Well, they let me back on for a day and then they rebanned me.
Yeah, I saw that, but what did you say?
It was it's my favorite line because I really legitimately don't like intercourse that much. I'm a Christian woman. I don't like having sex outside of a committed relationship unless I'm being compensated for it monetarily. So it's just like, I just this guy hits me up and he was like, I say this joke on stage all the time too. He was like, oh, I have a big dick for you, and he was Mexican, and I was like, I don't think that's true because the only time I've seen a hung Latino is at a far right rally at the southern border, and like because I'm just like really flippant when guys are like aggressively sexual, and like I'll just go off. Like this one guy was like the guys always ask me, they're like, I've never been with a trans woman before. Then they ask how big it is, and I'm like, I'm more hung than a black man in the South in the 1700s on a date with a white woman, and it's
That's awesome. Does this like come off in your comedy a lot? Is this like what your comedy is?
a lot of it, yeah, a lot of life stories, honestly. Lately it's been kind of a little bit more political, I would say. A little
Okay.
bit more political, but most of the time it's like life stories, like dating. I don't know why. I've had a horrible go of it. Like all these men out here beating these streets, and they're all like, oh, none of these women are good anymore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, where are these guys who are putting in efforts? Because I've been left at gas stations. Like I've literally been left at a gas station 7 times on dates. No one else I know has been left at a gas station on a date. Like, have you ever left someone at a gas station?
No, well, I wouldn't do that to anybody personally, but no.
It's happened to me so many times. If it happens one more time, I get 20 cents off a gallon. It's like it was to the point I was living with my cousin at the time, and I would literally just call him, and he would be like, "It happened again," and I'd be like, "Yep," and then I would have to walk halfway, and then he would pick me up, and then we'd go back to the Motel 6 and do some crack to kind of calm the nerves.
Yeah, of course, naturally. So what is it? Is it more like because I know guys, I'm one. We are very sexually driven and we're very sexual creatures. Is it like these guys that like they know what they're getting themselves into when they approach you?
Yeah.
So why does that end up happening? I don't understand.
Because I'll never be like a wife, I'll never be a mother, everything like that. I'm a Pornhub category. So I mean, a lot of guys, they'll watch like the adult video version of it, and then once they actually do it, they're like, oh, okay. I mean, it basically like I feel like there's something in a lot of guys' heads where they get to treat me like less of a person.
Yeah.
Where it's
I don't
like
think every guy will be like that. I think
a lot of them.
there's some guys that don't want kids.
Mhm.
There's some guys that are, attracted. I don't even know which way I'm trying to go with this, but
Freak of
like,
nature. They're attracted to garbage, rotted, gutted Gila monsters, swamp beasts.
yeah, well, they wouldn't be looking for you then.
Yeah,
They'd
well,
be
I think
looking
they would
for me.
honestly, it's like there's that whole like hotness, like leeway scale. I'm like saving up for facial feminization surgery, and I could tell you once I get that, I'm literally going to be so abusive to whatever man I date. Just because of like while I was unattractive, how much stuff I had to go through. It's the guy could be the nicest person in the planet. Like I'm gonna cheat on him with his brother on the wedding day, and I'm gonna laugh about it. And
Oh
And then
my
I'm gonna
god.
act and then I'm gonna act like a real woman and make a false accusation and get his kids taken away.
Damn. uh, all right, so let me ask you this. Do you pee standing up or sitting down?
That depends. Who's paying me? I'm just kidding. No, no, I typically pee sitting down, but like it's weird. Like I guess trans language is always weird. Like when I was a guy, when I was a girl. I mean, I was like a little boy and I was peeing sitting down. I mean, so
I
I
see that had me worried. I thought I was trans for a second because like I pee sitting down,
yeah,
right?
I don't know if it's like this toxic masculinity, this like male alphaness that you feel like you have to pee standing up, but like it's so much more comfortable like to sit down, pee, play on your phone, like take a moment, like
Right,
bathe.
that's what I'm saying. Well, that's why I pee sitting down because, like, you know, like I'm just trying to avoid my girl and my kids. So I just like take some time. I go in the bathroom. That's the only time I have time to myself. So like my girl was like, "Why are you always in there so long? Do you have IBS?" And I was like, "Well, if IBS stands for like I be secretly trying to stay away from you guys, yes, I do have IBS." Because like, listen, I'd rather give myself sciatica than go out there and have my 2-year-old son try to fake feed me plastic food one more time. You know what I mean? So I'd spend as much time in the bathroom as possible.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I honestly, I think more women should do that. Like, I know women notoriously take a long time in the bathroom, but I think if more women just hid from their families more often, I think they would be less uptight.
Yeah, for sure. I'm always telling my girl, I'm like, get out there, go do something. I got the kids. Go fucking go abandon us for a week.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's I don't know. I feel like as a society, I don't know if we've become like more like at home ever since the pandemic or anything like that. But like I feel like because my parents are divorced, but they like live together still. It's one of those situations.
I've had that.
But I think what has kept them because it was my parents like have a weird relationship. It's like my when they got together, like my mom was 14, my dad was 24, and I was evidence in the trial. And but like, but no, it was like a weird age gap relationship. Like it was, my dad's never been creepy. I always have to preface it whenever I talk about it. But yeah, they got, it was a 10-year age gap. My mom was 14, but she used to notoriously go to tanning salons for like 5 hours when I was a kid, and they would never argue because she would just leave for like hours on.
You said your dad's never been creepy about it. He was fucking a 14-year-old at 24. That's pretty creepy.
Well, technically, like my mom's like from like an Amish part of Ohio. The family was poor. She had too many kids. They had to get rid of her. So they
Okay.
like
Yeah.
married her off, which is ironic because my dad's Puerto Rican. So you know how poor white trash you have to be for your white
Damn.
mom to give you to a Puerto Rican because they had more money.
Damn. Yeah, absolutely.
The white race is dying, guys. Let's have more white babies. Just kidding.
I'm I'm curious about that. No, I'm not about that. Let's fucking spread the love. All the black girls. But anyway, what's your relationship like with your dad?
Not very good. He finishes too quick, but no.
Yo. Now I'm seeing look, this whole conversation, I'm like adding up. Okay, now I see what people are talking about. She's fucking hilarious. I
But
love
like, no, it was weird. Like, I had the opposite. I think of what I should write a bit about this because it's the opposite of what most people would think. Like when I first transitioned, my mom was like, "I don't want to live with a freak. Get out." And my dad was like, "We'll get through this. It's fine." Which is weird because normally it's the mom who's supportive and the dad who's like, I hate you. But my dad was, he was fully supportive. I would say the only weirdness about our relationship is because there was like an age gap, between my mom and my dad. And also, I'm not his kid. She cheated on him at one point and got knocked up by a Guatemalan guy. So that's my biological dad, but he's kind of
Oh,
never really
shit.
been in the picture. But like, no, he's just like older. So I mean, it's kind of like older dad things. If I want to talk to him on the phone, it's like I have to call him at like 6 p.m. or something before he
Yeah.
falls asleep on a lazy boy chair. So
Yeah. Well, that's probably why you had that unique experience. You said Amish mom, Hispanic dad. Hispanic dads are probably more welcoming to that idea than an Amish mom would be.
yeah,
So,
But well, no, my mom's like completely come around now. But
Yeah.
like the Latino side of my family, it's weird, doesn't talk to me anymore. Most of
Oh
them,
wow.
they've disowned me. But the Trump loving, in Virginia, Burton, Ohio, Kentucky, that side of the family, like they'll invite me to family gatherings. They don't care, everything like that. Like my grandma from that side who recently died, she was like the first person to ever call me Alexa, outside of like, my dad and mom and everything like that. So, I mean, it's kind of weird. And I think that's why politically I'm kind of so like torn because like the side with the red hats and the, Trump signs in their yard, they're completely fine talking to me. The Latino side or Democrats don't. So it's like,
Yeah. You're passable enough. That's what it is.
I
Yeah.
well, I think well also I don't think the Puerto Rican side likes me because of the whole like mom cheating thing.
Oh yeah, that could factor into it too. Also,
Yeah.
do you get tired of just like these kind of questions?
No, never. I find them fun. I actually find them very riveting. The only place I do get tired of them is dating apps.
Yeah. I mean, if I was on a dating app and I saw you and we were talking or whatever, like I would legitimately have questions just because, like I said, I was being upfront in the beginning. Like I've never talked to a trans woman before. Like I
Mhm.
never have. So I like all these questions that I'm asking are coming from genuine curiosity. But it's cool getting your specific, examples and like what you've gone through in life. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like the ones that annoy me on the dating apps because some of them are just like somewhat insulting, I guess. And and part of me is just like, if you think about me as a woman, if you say like certain things and like just switch it to you were mentioning it something about like a biological woman, you would get slapped in the face. Like for instance, like if this one a lot of guys will hit me up and they'll be like, so like if we go out in public, will people be able to tell you're trans and stuff? And it's like, okay, could you imagine like if you asked a regular woman, hey, if we go out in public, would people be able to tell you're fat? And give me an honest answer. It's like she would get so pissed off.
Yeah.
It's like, either you're down for it or you're not. Like, don't like make weird questions where like you want me to like rate myself and things like that. Like it's like no one
Yeah.
wants to like it's like either you're down or not. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why, like, and here's kind of something I'll say about dating that annoys me because there was this whole like media hullabaloo or whatever where they were like, oh, people are saying, oh, it's transphobic not to date a trans person, blah blah blah. I like that's not transphobic. The media blew that shit out of proportion. What is transphobic though is if you will sleep with a trans person and then not be seen in public with them. That, in my opinion, is transphobic because then you're saying you're good enough to have sex with, but I would never want to be seen in public with you. Like that, at
Yeah.
that point, you're demeaning the person. Like
Yeah.
that, I find reprehensible.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like anybody would feel that way. If some girl was trying to fuck me and then she didn't want to go out in public with me, I'd be like, "The hell is that all about?" You know?
I know
Yeah,
it's.
I could
I've had
totally.
so many guys do that to me though. Like they'll be like, sneak in the back door, which is a double entendre. They'll be like, sneak in the back door, and I'm like, oh, in the bedroom or in the date? Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
Go, oh my god, I should do that on stage one day. Could you imagine like coming out there like Rodney Dangerfield? Like, I was like, oh, take my dick, please. Oh,
Yeah, that's a good bit.
just
So,
adjust.
getting back to the jokes, I didn't mean to go off on such a tangent, with that, but like getting back to jokes, what would you say your favorite joke that you've written is?
Well, I told you before the show. It's the I don't really like sex that much. Like, my favorite thing in the bedroom is one time, my boyfriend, he got on top of me, he put my legs over my head, and then he died of a heroin overdose. I really like that joke. And then the other one is, I came out as trans on Facebook, and I only got one comment. It just said, "Kill yourself, faggot. Be home for dinner at 5, love mom." And that's about my
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I love it. Um, well, that concludes our time. So, like I said, I've been following you on Facebook for a while. I've gone through your videos and everything. You don't post much on Facebook. Is there like another place or anywhere that people can follow you that you would like to plug?
Yeah, so Alexa Irizarry comedy on Instagram and YouTube. I am starting a podcast soon, so I will be posting pretty much more regularly on YouTube. I'm starting a dating show, just kind of talking about like modern dating and just some political vlogs. So keep a lookout for there on there as well as my Instagram.
For sure, for sure. And when you drop all that stuff, I'm sure I'll see it, but also let me know and I'll throw it on the Comedy Writers Guild page and, try to spread it around for you as much as possible.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. And it was a pleasure talking to you and getting to know more about you and about your lifestyle and everything. It's very fascinating and hope to see you again. Maybe sometimes when we get a little bit more followers and you got your own thing going on, you can come on here, plug it again, and have some fun.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah. Nah, she's funny, dude.
For
That's
real.
funny. Yeah. I feel like I didn't get to ask her the question. I wanted to ask her if she feels like she's the funniest female in Austin because she's actually a dude. But anyway, and here it is right here. So, yeah, so that was Alexa Irizarry. Go check her out. Check out her social medias, YouTube, she mentioned, Instagram, Facebook. She's on there. Go check her out and be looking out for the podcast. Awesome fucking guest. Great energy, great vibe. Loved it. So that brings us to our time. Let's go back to the first joke concept of the night. Why wasn't Caitlyn Jenner on the all-women space flight?
We had some great ones. Um, One that I want to mention right now, it wasn't even about the concept, but it just blew my mind that this person would even say this. It was Christy Bacon, and Bacon said, "If I had a dick, I would love to get a blowjob, and right as I bust in her mouth, I'd reach over and tickle that bitch and make him snarf the cum. I want to see a bitch blow a cum bubble out her nose so badly." Thank you, Bacon. Very cool.
Hey, Bacon, same question that I had for Alexa. How was your relationship with your father? Dude, I am so glad to see so many comments of these guys saying, I pee sitting down too. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the support.
I can't even shit sitting down. My balls dip in the water.
Yeah, Travis told me before the podcast that he actually shit standing up.
Yeah, no, I'm very masculine. But
Oh,
anyway.
damn. Amanda said Harmon or Travis. God damn it. I wanted to ask Alexa smash or pass, and I forgot. I didn't even look at my notes. I fucked up.
All good. She is definitely a guest worth bringing on again.
Oh, for sure. I would love to have her on again.
One of the greats, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so did you happen to get a look at some of the comments?
Oh, I most certainly did.
Cool.
All right. First one, I love this one. Also from Bacon, a little bit more sane this time. Caitlyn was too cocky to be included.
Oh, Christy Bacon and her puns, man. I'll tell you what.
She's the best. Here's a name that I don't think I've seen in the chat before. John Garside. He says, because even rocket fuel isn't strong enough to relaunch that career.
Oh, John. Yeah, let's just give a little bit of information about John. John, welcome, man. Welcome to the podcast. John Garside is also known as British John.
Oh, British John. Yeah, we've met him before. He tuned into a couple of our Kill Tony watch parties, which may or may not be coming back sometime.
That's right. I think they're coming back pretty soon. May or may not. But yeah, John's good people, man. British John, glad to have you in here. Great comment.
And he made another one. He also said she didn't go because the aliens said we understand transformation, but not voting for Trump. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like this whole thing with Alexa and just my life experience has told me. I feel like I might have heard another comedian say this before, but I just find it to be true. Um, all Republicans are secretly gay, and all gays are secretly Republican. This is a
Hmm.
known fact.
Yeah, I've heard that before too. Bunch of fags in the comments. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, you bunch of damn conservatives out there. Moving on, one from Kyle Yankowski, because Caitlyn can't Jenner her way into the cockpit anymore.
Okay. Amanda Burns, unrelated to the topic, but she said, I guess I'm the only woman here who pees standing up. Good one, Amanda.
Yeah, maybe her balls dip in the water too.
For sure. She's got some big old balls.
That's why she does such a good job.
She does.
All right. This one coming from a CWG Mount Rushmore member, Dan Stinson. He says Caitlyn was going to be in it, but she felt mocked by the rocket's shape.
Dan Stinson also said, can't count on Bezos to not lose your package.
That one had me cracking up during the interview.
I saw you laughing, and I was like, dude, I wonder what he's laughing at right now.
It was that, yeah. This is another one that made me crack up a little bit. This one comes from Zach No Breaks Estrada. He said, because if she could handle the rocket, she would have kept one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bacon said.
Sorry, go ahead.
Bacon said, Caitlyn couldn't go because in that ship, it's hoes before bros.
I saw that. Phil Lombardo said, I have enough trauma to be a comedian, but not enough to be trans.
From Brian Lewis, a favorite from last week's episode, he said, they couldn't risk zero gravity tuck and roll malfunction clogging the air filters.
Dude, a great one by Amanda Burns. She said Caitlyn would have sang Rocket Man by Elton John over overstaging Katy Perry singing What a Wonderful World. That was good. Rocket Man. Good job.
All right, here's another one from yet another name that I don't think I've seen in chat before, Mr. Josh Knox. Her cock and gold medals would have put the shuttle over the weight capacity. It's a mighty thing.
Phil Lombardo said, that's a great weaning out process for men. Good pun.
One from Lexi Nicole Lego. Why wasn't Caitlyn Jenner on the All Woman space flight? They have a strict no red rockets on that rocket rule. She had a dog pic.
Josh Knox also said, Alexa is funny. Yeah, I agree with you, man. She was very funny. Great sense of, I love people with a sense of humor when it comes to trauma. I love that. That's my fucking tribe right there.
Yeah. And it seems that Alexa and Will Conway seem to have had very similar trouble, and I relate to this a lot too. Almost every girl I banged from high school said, "Don't tell anyone. I was the dirty secret of 20 bitches, but I did have a terrible reputation." For me, it was because I was a fat, drug-addicted nerd and that had nothing going on. It wasn't 20 bitches though. I wasn't I don't know. I feel like if you could get 20 bitches, at least one of them would be like, "Hey yo, this my man's."
Yeah, if you got 20 bitches just straight denying you public access, dude, you got something wrong.
Man, oh man.
Do we I'm not this is like happening like it did a couple weeks ago, excuse me, where I can't see the likes.
Yeah, I know. For some reason, Facebook changed it to like where all the likes are off the screen for me, so I have to like judge this off of my phone.
Oh wow.
But I'm seeing a three-way, well, it's one person with two jokes, but a two-way tie for first place so far.
So if it's a one person with two jokes and they're in the top runner up for number one, I feel like they won.
Okay. Let me finish scrolling. Oh, wait, no, there's another person with the same amount. He still doesn't have two, though. There's one more that I missed, and I want to read it off because it's good. Um, Bacon said, Caitlin's not catty enough to join them bitches. Her pussy still has that new car smell.
Good one, Bacon.
Also, I do want to mention real quick, just in case it's an issue, if you're posting jokes, but you don't find that we are reading them, there's a very good chance it's because you're posting it in the YouTube comments. Keep in mind, the interactivity takes place exclusively on Facebook, where we can react to the comments.
So go over to Facebook, and if you don't already follow Harmon Comedy, you can also follow Travis. But go to the Comedy Writers Guild. There's a page in a group, Comedy Writers Guild podcast page. That's where we're streaming off of right now. But also follow the Comedy Writers Guild group as well. That's where the community is. So if you're on YouTube right now, like Travis said, come on over to Facebook. Try us out. Hop in the comments. All
Okay.
right, Travis, let's start reading off these number ones.
Okay. Let me give her a refresh real quick, see if anyone has pulled ahead into a definitive lead. There's
Hopefully, this is one of them. Zach Estrada said, because her Prime subscription was still under Bruce.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna read off these number ones as I see them. The first number one is going to be from. There's a lot of jokes, guys. From Dan Stinson with "Can't count on Bezos to not lose your package."
That one was probably my favorite.
That one is my favorite too. The next number one is from Lexi Nicole Lego with "Why wasn't Caitlyn Jenner on the all women space flight? They have a strict no red rockets on that rocket rule."
That was a good one.
The next number one was, like I said, there's a lot of them. Also from Dan Stinson, Caitlyn was going to be on it, but she felt mocked by the rocket's shape.
And who was that from?
Dan Stinson. The next number one is from Kyle Yankowski with "Cause Caitlyn can't Jenner her way into the cockpit anymore."
Yeah, that was good.
And the final number one, oh wait, no, there's two more number ones. One from British John Garside, because even rocket fuel isn't strong enough to relaunch that career.
Yeah, that was great. That
It
was probably my second favorite.
it was. And the final number one, which this one might be my second favorite, from Christy Bacon, "Caitlyn was too cocky to be included."
Yeah. That's probably second runner up for second for me.
All right, so given that one man had two number ones, I do believe that the winner is going to be none other than Dan Stinson. Give me one moment and I will send you the link.
Yes, sir. And then while we're at it, guys, if you don't know, now you know. I need Joffrey for the rest of that. But head on over. Let's get it focused up here. Bam. Can you guys get that right there? You see that? That little piece right there? Head on over to the Etsy. This actually follows all the social medias that Comedy Writers Guild has. If you don't like and subscribe to all of it, I recommend it. Of course, I do. I created it, but show your love, show your support. Get you a cool little mug. Get you a dope little shirt. Comes in 5 different sizes. Buy one for grandma. Grandma's birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, whose grandma doesn't want a fuck bitches get funny kind of shirt,
Maybe mine because she's dead.
Dude, you never know.
I mean, I don't know. She was actually a really funny person.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, why buy better coffee when you can buy a better coffee mug? That shit's forever. And there he is.
There's the man. All right, Dan, give us 1 second. I'm going to drop the second joke concept.
Go for it.
All right. So, for tonight's second joke concept of the night, if it wasn't old, you say something, Travis?
No, I was just muting my mic. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said hold up. All right. Let me start that over real quick, guys, just so that I can cut it later when I'm editing. Second joke concept of the night. If it wasn't old age, what was it that killed the Pope? All right.
The new Pope.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe Kanye West would do such a thing.
I kind of would.
Dan, welcome back, man. You were on last week.
Yeah. How's it going?
Good, man. How you been?
Not too bad. Just staying busy. Lots of fun stuff. How about you guys?
Yeah, lots of fun stuff. My son had pneumonia this week. Had to take him to had to take him to luckily we live right near what's called AI DuPont hospital. It's strictly for kids. And it's like one of the best ones. I think it's one of the best ones on the East Coast, and it's top 10 in the country. And we literally live like a half hour from it. So
Sweet.
we're very lucky about that.
everything's
That's only
good then?
because I don't know if you guys know the history of the DuPonts, but or the company DuPont itself. But yeah, so they originated in Delaware, where I'm from. And they had a bunch of fucked up kids. I think the history of the DuPont hospital, the AI DuPont hospital, was like they had a bunch of inbred kids because they believed in like keeping the money in the family. So they would marry their cousins and their brothers and sisters and all that shit. So they had like these mutated kids. And so what they did is they created a hospital and they flew in the best doctors in the world to kind of like deal with their kids that had like web feet and fucking 3 arms. But it ended up being open to the public. And now that's the history behind it. And now it's just like one of the best in the country. So
That's awesome.
I'm grateful for that.
Your kid's doing all right then?
Yeah, dude. My son's a fucking trooper, dude. He's way tougher than his dad ever was. I'll tell you that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was just thinking everything you were saying about the intro to that hospital. Like if you took the speech, everything you just said about it, and then like put some graphics behind it, and just release that as like the promo for the place.
Yeah.
Like and these people and their kids were all fucked up, but now that we got this great hospital, welcome.
Well, you know what's funny? They do like a light version of that. I had to stay there for 12 days one time because my daughter had RSV.
Yeah.
And so we were in there and like you can turn on the TV and like the screensaver almost is kind of like a video that just plays over and over, and it's about the history of the place itself.
Yeah.
But if you're not from Delaware, you don't know the true history, so they kind of like put it in their own little way.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like that. It's like, yeah,
tight-knit family.
Yeah, the DuPonts back in 1903 had a child with 8 legs and fucking 4 eyes. Yeah. But they put it way nicer.
Yeah.
But what's been going on with you, man?
Not much. Just been playing drums and taking care of family stuff, all that kind of stuff. I got nothing exciting. I had 150 viewers on a TikTok live the other night out of nowhere. That was exciting. That
No,
was the
that's
highlight
good,
of my.
dude.
Usually I sit around like between like 10 to 20, so it was a weird leap. So I thought maybe the app was bullshitting me to keep me on there.
Yeah, just like give you that little bit of fucking endorphin rush to have
Yeah.
you coming back.
Like, oh shit, it's working. It's finally.
Yo, those Chinese have it figured out, bro.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah,
oh, you're
but
looking tired. Let's make it look like there's 100 extra people in here. So stay on.
exactly. Send in the bots.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like this is how TikTok works, right? Like I know algorithms pretty well.
Mhm.
Did you just post an actual video before that?
I think so.
So if you post an actual video, so this is what TikTok looks for. Post 3 videos a day,
Mhm.
right? That's what they want to see.
Yeah, yeah.
If you were to post 3 videos in one day and then go live, your live is going to skyrocket and your views on your video is going to skyrocket.
I'm gonna try that because I did before that put on like a promo thing beforehand. I don't know.
Oh, was that the Comedy Writers Guild one?
That one I did not share yet. The
Oh,
last week's one.
I thought you shared that on TikTok.
I have something on there. I have some kind of like I think it's probably like the first promo you guys made on there. I shared on there. I got to get more organized with that. I'm trying to learn how to put like graphics up in the live and stuff like that, just like permanently on, like through it without using like obs or whatever. I found out there's like a green screen option, so I can
Yeah.
maybe put like a Comedy Writers Guild logo up here and some other shit and like links and stuff right on the live.
So you want me to tell you how to do it?
Sure.
So TikTok live stream. It's a different app.
Okay.
Right. So are you just hold on, let me get this down. Let me look.
And I won't do anything that's gonna lower my like FPS or whatever, because like with the drum stuff, I noticed any slower cameras, it starts to look like this on this camera. It can't keep up with it.
No, not like that. No, it's called, I have it right here, TikTok Live Studio.
Okay.
It's a separate app that you use when you're on a PC.
Yeah.
Use that, and dude, it's like you've used OBS before.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like using that, but even more user friendly than OBS.
Okay.
And you can have all types of stuff. And the thing is, it saves it for you too.
Okay.
So the next time you go in there, you already have it created and you can do it. I had one set up. I did a TikTok live when we did our first episode of CWG. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop over to TikTok, fuck around with that a little bit, see if I could toss some joke concepts out there, try to reel people in to bring them over to Facebook so that we could have some more followers, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I did it and I set it all up. Probably took me like, it was my first time doing it. And I was using Chat GPT to kind of like walk me through how to do all of it and everything.
Yeah.
Took me like half hour, 45 minutes to set it up. Look legit. Had the Comedy Writers Guild thing in the background as a green screen. I can click a button and then all of a sudden the joke concept will pop up above my head. Had all that. So TikTok is a really awesome platform, and me and Travis are actually thinking about using it here in the near future. We were just talking about that right before.
Way more people on there.
Yeah, a lot more people.
And it's just constantly like funneling people in there.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully this isn't too fucking boring for people watching this right now. I'm sorry. I haven't said anything funny.
I didn't even I forgot we were even doing a podcast.
Oh shit. Put my pants on.
Don't worry. The people watching this stream are too busy absolutely murder. We're gonna have a good time when it's time to read these jokes off. I'm just gonna say
I'm
that
excited
now.
to see it because that's a very good premise.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if it wasn't old age, what was it that killed the Pope? Yeah, that was
me, Mario.
Yeah. Are you saying that fucking who were you always saying looks like Mario?
Sure shit wasn't me.
Kyle.
Oh yeah, Kyle Yankowski. Yeah, how do I forget fucking Kyle?
I did like
Lynch
what you were saying though about
mic'd up.
when you're talking about like people that find like traumatic stuff and find humor in that earlier. That's like that's a huge important thing for me. And I've noticed like the people in here that I find funny, seem to like lean into that direction too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, comedy and trauma go together. And I
Yeah.
think where you have issues with people getting offended and all that, it's either one, they either need more trauma in their lives or they just don't like combining the trauma and the comedy. It's too touchy for them.
Yeah, I kind of for a little bit, the joke that I said last week, I was like having second thoughts about, because I was like, is this shitty? I was like, is this a hateful thing? And I thought about it and I really don't think it is, you know,
No.
but
Well,
I don't intend for it to be, and I don't consider myself a hateful person. But I do think it's
yeah.
good. Like I think some people lean too much into that where it's like, oh, it's just all comedy, fuck everybody. Like I still want to be, slightly considerate.
Yeah, yeah. But as long as you know that it's not coming from a hateful place,
Yeah.
I don't think I really have a hateful place in my heart. You know what I mean? I really don't. Like, yeah, there's people that annoy the shit out of me. Like, I can't
Right.
stand fucking idiots. I
Yeah.
can't stand stupid people, right? But like, I don't hate them.
Right.
You
So
know,
frustrating.
it was. I think it was. Yeah, they're frustrating. Exactly. I think it was like me and Mag were talking last week, and I said something about disliking white people. I was like, yeah, dude, I can't fucking stand white people.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Well, it's not all white people." And I'm like, "Man, shut the fuck up, right?" And I was like, "Of course it's not." I was like, "It's not all white people. It's not all black people. It's not all Puerto Ricans,
You ever see
but
Jesse Lee Peterson?
it is all pedophiles."
Yeah, absolutely. Jesse Lee
That's the
Peterson, he
only
does that, not all, not all, not all, but most. That's
Yeah,
what he
yeah, yeah, yeah. I said that too. I was like, "It's not all white people, but it's most."
just the ones I've met so far.
Yeah, just all the ones that I've come in contact with just happen to fucking surround me for some reason. Yeah. Have you been working on any new joke concepts?
Not really, in the last week. I got some stuff spinning around in my head, but I have, I don't know, just a lot going on this week with a bunch of, like, other stuff and haven't been able to focus, so I hope if I make it on here in another week or 2, I'll have something actually funny prepared. I think the stuff in my phone is, I think I showed my best ones last week.
Yeah, those were good, and as you saw, they were a hit, dude,
Yeah, and I in a room full of people that, like, know that you're not an asshole, it works. So I just, it's my first time putting something like that out into where, like, oh, everybody,
Yeah,
my Facebook is connected to, like, a lot of fucking, people not related to comedy that might not know, what we have going on here.
yeah, that's
And if
why
you just
I respectfully
you don't have the sound on, and you just have the fucking, like, text listed out at the bottom of what a person says, like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah. Well, I also
Really
covered it
bad.
up with the gay flag.
The
When you said
train.
trans, like, I covered
Yeah,
it up with the gay
yeah,
flag, but yeah, that's why I respectfully asked you. I was like, "Yo, are you cool with me tagging you in this?"
yeah. And
Because,
I
like
it's and that specifically, like, I think that's an okay one because I've been to tons of fucking funerals for friends of mine, like suicides, drug issues, all kinds of shit. And when you're sitting in these fucking things, you have fucking thoughts
yeah,
and you think weird shit that you can't say out loud. And one time I was sitting there, I was thinking, I've been to so many fucking suicide funerals here, and then at some point my brain put those two together.
yeah.
But it's not ever to like denigrate anybody or anything like that.
No. Yeah, no.
I don't even know if that's the right word. I heard it used once. It sounds
Prop
right.
sounded right to me. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think, any joke concepts I came up with. I remember I was talking to my dad last week, and we were just talking about how
Fucking braggart.
crazy. Huh?
Fucking braggart.
Oh, sorry. Sorry to those that no, and, we were talking about AI and how it's like taken over everything, because he works. I don't want to put his business out there, but he works in like a field to where like AI could take it over. Luckily, I don't really. I mean, to an extent, it probably could, but really, who's to know in the future where AI is going to go? It could take over every fucking job for all we know. But he was like, "Yeah, that's why we got to get them grandbabies into something," like talking about my kids, and he was like, "We gotta figure out something to where AI can't take it over. And I was like, yeah, that's why I've been telling my son. I know he's only 2, but I'm like, yo, dude, everybody's gonna need weed, bro.
Yep.
My dad was dying. He was like, holy shit.
That should be a sustainable industry.
Yeah, for sure. AI can't fuck with that, you know? Maybe they can. Who knows?
Wasn't there somebody, was it on this podcast? Somebody was saying or no, it was Travis. Were you saying something about somebody found like a website where they use like combinations of words or sounds or something like that people could like use to feel the experiences of being high or something like that? Like almost.
Oh, I think that was me. Yeah. Yeah, so they were talking about they have this they're working on this written code right now to where we'll be able to like look at our screens and like smell certain things
Yeah.
just because the way the code's written. So they like broke down these molecules of like I think it was like an orange or something, and they like found they already know the DNA of the orange and everything, but they learned how to like write it out in computer code to where when our eyes receive that message, it actually sends a signal to our brain that lets us smell the orange
Yeah.
type of stuff. So, you know, eventually we're going to be able to just look at like a trippy visual and just DMT is going to kick in, dude.
Or we'll just start disabling people that way too. It's like, boom, here it is.
True. Yeah. I'd just be staring and I'll just be sitting here staring at my DMT screen all day.
Yeah.
Aren't you going to go to work? Nah. No, namaste.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're about to find out who killed the Pope.
Yeah, what killed the Pope, guys? But yeah, we are coming up on that 15 minutes. But Dan, it's been real, man. As always. I'm sure this has been educational for some people, but we just talked about how TikTok works and all that shit.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day. I had a fucking like EKG and shit. And like it's been a long, shitty day. So I'm not
Everything good health wise?
so far I have to wait for like a month for the follow-up to it. So gotta hold my breath till then. So
Yeah, well, don't hold your breath, but
yeah, it's what they said. Don't hold your fucking breath.
yeah, we recommend against that, sir.
Yeah.
Well, ChatGPT said
Yeah.
that it doesn't breathe. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm sure we'll be seeing you on here within that month and we'll check up, make sure you're still alive.
Hopefully, if they didn't schedule it too far out, we'll see.
Yeah. And if you don't see him here, guys, go check him out at Danzilla Drums on TikTok. Dude fucking kills it. And yeah, you want to do anything on the drums as an outro or what?
Are they on? Can you hear them?
It's slightly low.
Hold on.
Let's
Are those
go.
on?
Let's go. Here we go. We got Dan Stinson on the drums, folks. Michael Gonzalez, eat your heart out. Hell yeah, dude.
That's all I got.
What a way to go out. All right, Dan. Well, as always, we appreciate you, man. Thanks for being a part of the Comedy Writers Guild. Thanks for winning tonight's first joke concept. And we will see you soon, brother.
On the other side, my friend.
All right, man. I'll see you on TikTok later tonight.
Hopefully. Have a good one.
All right, bro.
Bye.
Peace out.
Danzilla Drums on TikTok, dude. I'm telling you. I mean, you just got a little sneak peek right there. So, Travis, you got a little blurry. Oh, no, you didn't. That's my computer. You're good.
I got you. You got a little bit blurry on this end too, but we're all back.
All right.
Okay. I think that this is possibly the most prolific joke concept we've ever thrown out there. I
Mm.
missed the entire interview because I was too busy copy and paste the good comments, which were basically all of them.
Okay. All right. Well, let me go into it. So, for the Jack.
Try again. Take two.
Try again.
We'll not fuck up one of these joke concept readings eventually tonight.
Yeah. For tonight's second joke concept of the night. I already fucked it up. I forgot that I got out of it.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Here we go. Sorry, guys. For the second joke concept of the night. If it wasn't old age, what was it that killed the Pope?
Evidently, literally so fucking much. Let's start. First one I copied down was from our first ever special guest on the podcast, Lindsay Campbell. If it wasn't old age, it was learning the age of the last boy he hooked up with. Too old.
Oh, man. Brian C. Lawson says, the Clintons.
Kyle Yankowski said he was guilt-ridden, from all the lost children.
How did the Pope die? Says Shane Lucas. Childhood AIDS.
Bacon said J.D. Vance threw those COVID hands down on him.
J.D. Vance misidentified him as a couch.
Lindsay Campbell also said the Pope choked on a nacho. How unfortunate.
I wonder if there's a double entendre there.
Probably not. Clinton, maybe it was this Clinton. Clinton Patrick Kofia said Mel Gibson wanted to do Passion of the Pope and needed a fresh body.
Oh, damn. Zach No Breaks Estrada said he didn't die. He was the only one that went during the rapture.
Chris Laban said he died of the human papillomavirus. It took you long enough.
That was so fucking stupid.
Like,
that's so stupid you gotta laugh.
I know, I love it. Will Conway said, what actually killed the Pope was Catholic guilt, which is the knowledge of how much the Church has gaslit the entire world for all of human history. Don't know you're talking about the Catholic Church has done nothing wrong ever. Why would you say such a thing?
Yeah, come on, dude. This is Facebook is a Christian platform.
And a papal one. Lindsay Campbell said, the Pope isn't dead, he's alive. In our hearts. And the butts of many of the altar boys. This must be that post-butt clarity I've heard so much about.
Yes. Great podcast. Go check it out. Every Saturday or Sunday, she switched it up. Christy Bacon said, God struck him dead because the churches hate gays.
Sean Wheeler says, it was COVID-19. He couldn't handle anything over 6. And another one from Chris Laban. I don't know how the Pope died, but I like to imagine his final words were, oh God, there's too many of them.
Who said that?
Chris Laban.
Oh, yeah. That was good. That was probably his best joke on here so far.
And he's not done. He made some more. But it's a long list that I copied down. I'm sure I'll get to him eventually. Next on my list is, again, from Lindsay Campbell. She said, I killed the Pope, and I'll fucking do it again. And Will Conway, what actually killed the Pope was that he choked to death after blowing a cum bubble out of his nose.
Christy Bacon must have went trans for a second.
Yeah, she got her wish.
Shane Lucas said, "How did the Pope die? It sure as hell wasn't climate change that he wouldn't shut up about."
Brian C. Lawson says, probably a mass they didn't see. Get it? Because mass is what they call going to church. Yeah. It's funny. I promise it's funny.
Yeah. Cindy Lou said, "Someone needs to show some titties." Well,
I mean, the only person who's going to be interested in these breasts are Colonel Sanders, but here you go. We provide for our fans out here.
I was hoping for Alexa, our special guest tonight, but I mean, those will do.
She came close a couple of times.
Yeah, I give you an A for effort for sure with that.
Yeah. Sean Wheeler says, frankincense and murder.
Zach No Breaks, he kind of added on to, I believe it was Shane's. He said Greta Thunberg stabbed him.
And this wasn't about the concept, but I copied it down anyway because it was funny. Look away from your screen, and all of a sudden, Harmon is interviewing a young Ray Romano. I get where he's coming from there.
With you?
No, Dan Stinson.
Oh, the way he sounds a little bit. Okay, I
Mhm.
can hear it. Kind of nasally. Can I do a Ray Romano? Can
Yeah,
Ray? It's like a little nasally. I don't know. Oh, it sounds more like Kermit the Frog that I'm doing right now. I don't know. I can't do Ray. I've never practiced that.
I've tried before. It's a deep cut, but I end up sounding a little bit more like Hamsar. Like, I'm a song from the 70s. If you get that reference.
I don't get the reference.
Okay.
Everyone got the Kermit the Frog reference though. Where's Miss Piggy?
All right, Normie.
All right. So speaking of Miss Piggy, Cindy Lou said, "No, I'm just kidding, Cindy. I don't know who you are. I apologize." Did they just block Jake's joke? What was his joke?
Oh, no, he didn't. He followed up on that later and he deleted his own comment because he misspelled a word diaper, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And first of all, I would just like to say, Cindy Lou, if you're talking about we don't block jokes here. Okay.
No.
Yeah, every joke comes through. But if you mean by they, Zuckerberg, who knows? Who knows what the fuck that they them is up to?
And even if we were gonna block jokes, it would be the hack ones, not the offensive ones. The offensive is fine.
Wah wah wah.
So back to it. I'm only halfway down my list. Another one from Lindsay Campbell. The guys from Predfinder's Instagram killed the Pope.
That'd be nice.
Oh, here comes another good pun. Christy Bacon says, mass deportation.
Yes, that was my favorite mass joke. Oh man, I just missed one. I think it was from Clinton. Ah, man. Like, does this happen to you? The jokes go up and then they disappear at the top?
Yeah, they do. That's why I copy them down.
All right, good. Man, I just missed a good one.
We'll come back to it. I'm sure it'll pop back up.
Okay.
Chris Laban said the Pope was taken out in a DEI raid of the Vatican. They took one look at him and said, "Who the hell's this Argentinian guy?" Let's see. Okay, this is a two-parter. The first part comes from Shane Capsha Lucas, our roast master, and he says, "How did the Pope die? Probably somehow from an Israeli airstrike," which was later simplified by Bacon to simply say, "The Jews did it."
Oh, I see Bacon's right now. Yeah.
Again from Capsha, how did the Pope die? Because he's not an expert and he hasn't been there.
Yeah, he had to see for himself.
Another one from Will Conway. And Will says, what actually killed the Pope was a heart attack that he had when an altar boy popped out of a giant Easter egg and started sucking his meat. It is always how he wanted to go. Thank you, Will Conway. Very cool.
Oh, very descriptive.
Okay. Good.
Will Conway say, "Yo, that's better than anyone I've seen try on Kill Tony." I think he's talking about Dan's drums. Yes, his
Yeah.
drums are, dude, sick. Telling you, I'll say it one more time. Dan Stints, or I'm sorry, Danzilla drums on TikTok. Go check him out for real. He's dope.
Yeah. If he gets on Kill Tony, he will be the next drummer. I'm telling you now.
That's why when I saw Michael Gonzalez, I had to take that video. I was like, "Yo, my boy Dan, he might, hold you to the fire." He was like, "All right, tell him to come."
Hey, I love Michael Gonzalez, but if he wins that drum off, it's just because of KT favoritism.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. All right, this one holds a special place in my heart because it's a reference to my favorite movie ever. The guys from the Boondock Saints had enough.
Great movie.
Truly. All right, and last one on my list coming from Kyle Yankowski. The Pope died because the God of the Bible is actually Satan. Woe the demiurge who struck him in the cycle of rebirth. Yeah, I get you. It's almost like the New Testament and the Old Testament. They have two different gods and they both call each other Satan. Oops, did I dress from truth? Okay, all right, moving on.
Trey Campbell said the Pope died of feline autoimmune disease. Okay. Hopefully your cats are doing okay, buddy. And that's just not something that's weighing on your brain right now.
Hopefully.
Feline AIDS, huh?
Here's one that was just dropped from Bacon. Those kids had sugar in their tank, and someone said, fuck them kids. And he did.
Zach No Break said he died after my This one's good. He died after my confession.
What did you do, bro?
That's a sleeper right there. That got slept on. Actually, I can't see the likes, so I don't know if it got slept on. That's a good one.
All right.
All right. Do we have winners?
I am just now checking it. I would probably already have a beat on that if Facebook still showed me comments from here. Oh, here's another good one that that we didn't read. A black guy thought they said he was the popo. It's actually the front runner right now for reactions. Trying to see if there's any that got some more reactions. Guys, if you haven't gone through the comments and reacted to your favorite ones, the ones that made you laugh out loud, if you laughed when we read it off, be sure to react to the comment. But, well, it looks like there is currently a two-way tie for first place, and they're both the same person.
Okay, who do we got?
We got, let me review them so I can read them off one more time. If I didn't just pass it, which I probably did. There are a lot, like, seriously, a fucking lot of comments here. Like, you guys really killed it. Okay, first one. Jake Coulter says, the ghost of all the children that he molested. And he also said, a black guy shot him because they were told he was the popo.
That was a good one.
All right.
What do you say, Travis? We bring him on?
I say I'll send that man a link.
All right, Jay Coulter, you are friends with Travis, so just look in your messages on Facebook. And while you are doing that, Travis, let me know when you are done, and we will drop the third concept of the night.
I am done. Let's go ahead and lay it on us.
Okay. Third joke concept of the night. And this one was brought to you by, if I remember correctly, Kyle Yankowski. He suggested it last week. Okay. If there were an 11th commandment, what would it be?
I know what I would make it.
What's that?
Actually, that's Zach. It would be not to
Oh,
tell hack jokes on podcasts. And he's here. What's up, Jake?
What's up?
what's going on, brother?
Not much, not much. I actually remembered the podcast this week.
Yeah, man. Well,
Okay.
you come on here like in and out sometimes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, last week I was in and out a little bit. But I joined like halfway through. But
Yeah.
that Alexa girl was really funny.
Dude, right? Have you
Yeah.
seen her around out there?
No, I haven't, but I don't really go out to open mics or much recently, so
Yeah. Well, what's been we've had you on a couple weeks ago. What's been going on with you?
Not much. Really just been writing, working on different jokes, and then trying to get a new job.
Okay. How's the job
Yeah.
search coming along?
I think I got one with HEB. They keep pushing it back because they're waiting on my background check. Um,
I'm sorry to hear that you're not getting a job.
uh, yeah,
Yeah, they find out you killed the Pope, you're out.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't think they'll show up yet.
Yeah, dude, he thought it was the popo. I mean, come on, give him a break.
Right?
Yeah. So you have any like new creative joke concepts that like you're willing to share, or you want to keep them to yourself right now?
Um, I'll share one just because I've done it on another podcast. It's about bestiality. Uh, so it goes. Did anyone else used to think that bestiality was illegal because that's how you create supreme beings? Like getting a dog pregnant creates werewolves. Getting a horse pregnant creates centaurs. Flushing your cum down the toilet sends it to the ocean. Getting fish pregnant, creating mermaids. Well, see, I'm gullible and white trash. So the second I realized I was attracted to every mermaid I seen on TV, I was like, yep, those gotta be my daughters.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
As as you were saying that, I was like creating my own little thing in my head. I don't know if anybody else does this, and I've never mentioned this on the podcast, but like that's something that helps with my creative writing process is like hearing other people say either jokes or just in random conversation. And like I don't mean to do it like with any type of like ill intent, but I always try to guess what the person's going to say next, or I always try to like uh not one up them, but just kind of like do another tag on top of it. So like
Yeah.
I was picturing you saying this on stage, and if you were like, you know, fucking a dog creates a werewolf, or fucking a horse creates a centaur, or fucking a pig creates this guy's mom, and you just like you like point to
Yeah.
some dude in the audience.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good.
Or if you say it on Kill Tony, you could say fucking a pig creates Red Band's mom.
Right. Yeah. That's where my mind started to go. Yeah. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
no.
I like that. I like that. Fucking shooting your load into the toilet and then creating mermaids.
Yeah, because like whenever I saw Finding Nemo and like he goes down the toilet to get to the ocean, I was like, oh shit, that's where all sperm goes. What if it gets into a fish? And that's how mermaids are created.
Holy shit, dude. Now I've seen a couple images of some fish online, dude, that got like some big old lips on them.
Yeah.
I feel like it's already been tried before. And you ever seen a fucking dolphin pussy, dude?
I have not. I heard they're the ones that like to rape people.
Yes. Yes. Wait, did you do that joke?
No, I've heard it though. I think I heard it on like Bad Friends.
No, no, it was on Kill Tony. Like, it was on Kill Tony right around one of the times that you were. A guy was talking about because I did that thing where I like took somebody's concept and I like
Uh,
spun it a little bit. And my joke that I came up with is like I recently learned that dolphins like to rape people. So now that really takes all the fun out of me raping dolphins. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
like
how you know they got big pussies?
no, no, I mean, dude, I'm not sitting here looking up dolphin pussy, like I promise you I'm not. But algorithms are weird on Facebook. We all can admit that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Weird shit pops up, but they'll be like, I saw like this random image of this dolphin pussy, and of course it was like a funny meme or whatever. But dude, it looked like the prettiest woman pussy you ever saw. Like it was like perfect and like all right, I'm sounding like a fucking weirdo now. Let me stop. Canceled, canceled. Here, hold on.
Armin definitely doesn't like feet, and he definitely doesn't like dolphin pussy. Those
Dude,
are,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm about to buy me a fleshlight that's like a pair of feet like this with a dolphin pussy in the middle.
oh my gosh. You could probably make them. I think you can make custom pocket pussies now.
Oh, you can, dude. I've seen like a Shrek one. I've seen yeah, dude, you can make all types of stuff.
You'd have to clean it really good so it squeaks just like a dolphin.
Oh my god. You gotta keep it dry. So it's like
Yeah.
dude, that's the worst part though, man. I don't know who else has ever had a pocket pussy before, but like, dude, it's so like humiliating. Or what's the word I'm looking for? But like, it's just disgusting. You don't think about like when you're in the heat of the moment and you're like, oh yeah, I'm about to fuck this inanimate object. You're not thinking like, all right, 15 minutes from now, I'm about to clean this inanimate object.
Oh yeah.
It's the worst, dude.
Absolutely. After post nut clarity, and you're all sad and shit, and then you have to clean out your own pocket pussy. It's horrible.
It's the worst, dude. It was so bad at one point. Like I got one when my girl got pregnant with our first kid because I knew, like pregnancy is gonna make it so that I'm not getting laid that much. So she
Yeah.
was like, "Why don't you get a pocket pussy?" So I got one, right? And like the first couple times I cleaned it, I'm just like, dude, this is not. I was not. I didn't sign up for this. I just signed up for the ear part. And so after a few times of cleaning it, one time I used it and then I just put it away and I was like, I'm never fucking with this thing again. First of all, it's not even that great. For anybody out there that's thinking about getting a pocket pussy, it's not that great. But anyway, I left it in my drawer and didn't clean it out and like forgot about it for a minute, dude. So like it was at least 9 months. I was certain I was gonna owe child support when I opened that drawer, dude.
Yeah. Uh, that's funny. Yeah, I've been there. I've made that mistake once. It's
I'm glad I'm
not
not the
pretty.
only
I
one.
feel your pain there.
I am glad I'm not the only one, dude.
Yes.
We're all a bunch of weirdos in here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Um. Yeah. So what else is new? Have you been signing up for KT?
Yeah, I go every week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Um, I'm really surprised though. Like on the Netflix episode, they were recording like people as they were, uh, getting called and like having to walk through, Shakespeare's and stuff, but they never put it out. Uh,
Maybe they're doing that for like a montage later or something.
oh, yeah, that could
Maybe.
be true.
Yeah, you never know. I fucking
Yeah.
You know what's crazy, dude? I have yet to watch any of the Netflix ones.
Haha. Yeah. I think there's only one right now.
I thought there was
I was
2.
surprised that it wasn't the Nashville though. That's what I thought Netflix was gonna be.
That's what I thought too. Yeah. I
Oh.
made a quick little cameo on there. You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah. The next
That
week, I think they're dropping it on Saturday, I saw. I'll definitely be on there. I think I'm sitting there going like this with the shirt.
that's badass.
Yeah, so hopefully. And there was one point where I turned around to show the QR code. Hopefully they got that. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
but I didn't get pulled up. But I am, and I'm trying to get Travis along for the ride if we can get the funds and everything. But I am going to Madison Square Garden when they come here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Where is Madison? That's New York, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like for me, where I am, it's like I drive like an hour and 20 minutes to this train station, and then the train's like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something like that. And it literally takes you the subway. It train turns into a subway and it goes underneath Madison Square Garden. So I literally come out and Madison Square is right above me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's badass.
Oh, it was super dope. Yeah.
For-
I went there last time, as you know, and it was perfect, man. It just drops you off right there. And then once I leave, just go right into the basement and head on home.
That's badass. For some reason, I thought you were in Ohio.
Nah.
Uh.
Nah, I'm not retarded, dude.
Oh, you could have fooled me. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that was for you, Shane Lucas. He's in Ohio. But yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, thanks. I could have fooled you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, just say you are retarded. You'll get a golden ticket.
Right?
Yeah.
Biggest mistake of my life.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
that and not holding the hand with 2 mics.
Yeah. Dude,
That could
like throughout the interview, you should have just started like bringing your hand up to your chest, like slowly, and just started morphing.
right. Oh no, I think I'm catching it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
catching. Yeah,
catching the retard.
Aaron Belial was just out here. I think he left something on the mic.
Oh my. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, but everything you did on there was great, man. And everything that I've seen from you has been, definitely, you can definitely tell that you take pride in your craft and you definitely have a skill from everything that I see from you. So it's like, it's cool to have you on here and, hanging out with us, especially in the comments and just chilling, even though you're not like a special guest, and have you in here is dope as shit.
Oh, I thought I was a special guest. Damn.
You
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you are. But if you were a little more special, you'd have a golden ticket right now.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I can't argue there. No, it's really fun. Like I said, I really like the whole concept of having people do like jokes in the comments. It's a good way, one, just strategically, to get your comments up, but two, it's fun for all the people. It makes up for any time there is like a lag in um conversation or whatever there is. It gives some people things to do. Or if you're like me who has ADHD, my
Same.
brain goes everywhere.
Same. I can listen and type and watch TV at the same time, dude. My
Yep.
ADHD brain just needs to be like on full fire at all times. All
Yep.
cylinders.
I
Yeah.
feel you.
I see. Hell yeah, dude. We're very alike. But not only that, like with the things that you mentioned, I mentioned to somebody last week on here, who was like, it was his first time on, and he was like trying to start his writing process, and like all these joke concepts that we throw out there, because I told him there's a difference in stealing jokes, right? Like stealing jokes is stealing somebody's punchline,
Yeah.
but you can recycle concepts. So
Oh yeah.
like every concept that we use, everybody should feel free to just fucking use it. use all the concepts if you want to. If like, why wasn't Caitlyn Jenner on the all women space flight, like we said earlier? Or if it wasn't old age, what was it that killed the Pope? Like, take those things and run with it. Make your own thing, outside of the Comedy Writers Guild. So that's a cool thing about it too. If you're
Yeah.
having a dry spell, come in here to the Comedy Writers Guild every Thursday. You'll at least have 4 concepts that maybe one of them tickles your fancy, and you're like, hey, shit, I could work with that. Let me write something. And then somebody has a whole ass bit about it.
Yeah, that definitely. It definitely just helps. Yeah, like you said, um, creatively it gets your brain flowing, and just being with uh, other comedians too, like just energy and laughing and all of that boost your creativity. And so, yeah, I love what y'all do and shit.
I
Uh,
appreciate that, man. Thank you.
oh
What's
yeah.
it like over in the comments section? Like when you're not like on here doing it, is it like fun over there? You guys like communicating and shit? And
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun trying to keep up with everybody, because like that last concept y'all had everybody commenting, and um, on it, it's just fun to see like people's brain work in real time, because you see like somebody post a joke and then 5 minutes later they're posting another punchline to it, and it
yeah,
kind of shows you all the process
like
at
like
once.
like I said, we could have 20 people in here, drop
Yeah,
one concept, and we can have 60 different responses. You know
right.
what I mean? So like that's the cool thing about it. And each one is unique in its own way, and each one for the most part is funny in its own way. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Well, look, dude, I'm glad you're along for the ride. I hope to see you here, more frequently. You're like a frequent flyer here. This is the second time you've been on, so I appreciate it, man.
I appreciate y'all for sure. This is a lot of fun.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, enjoy your week if I don't talk to you, and hopefully we'll see you on next week.
Oh yes. Later.
All right, later, bro.
Later, man.
Yeah. Always fun talking to him, man.
Oh yeah. So you remember how I said after the last concept that it might have broken a record for most jokes for a concept that we had?
We just broke another record.
I think it just got smashed once again. I have
Hell
been
yeah,
busy.
dude. Over here breaking records at the Comedy Writers Guild, only on episode 11. Let's go.
Wah, 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 wah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. That being said, let me read off the last joke concept that we had. If there was, oh, yeah, hold on for the edit. Third joke concept of the night. If there were an 11th commandment, what would it be?
And y'all had some ideas. Leading us off again, Lindsay Campbell, she says, "Thou shalt not kill the Pope." Well, maybe don't kill the Pope, Lindsay. And then she
Nice
also
callback.
said, yeah. And then she also said, "Thou shalt not molest altar boys." That's why they buried this one.
Dan Stinson. Oh, I just lost it. Fuck.
It'll come back up. Don't worry. Um, Trey Campbell says the 11th commandment would be, "Don't suck off your cousin." Well, maybe ye won't be the next pope after all.
Yeah, no, I don't like that one. Sean Wheeler says, Rocket Pussy? I remember that. Katy Perry was there.
Bacon says, "Thou shalt fuck bitches and get funny."
Hell yeah, Bacon.
That's what we're here for.
I like that. Clarence Ray Ash, he says, Thou shalt not be snarky.
And Kyle,
You gotta get out of the comments here, then, buddy.
yeah, that's we're all going to hell. Kyle Yankowski says, "Thou shalt not admit that religion is a lie."
Hmm.
And this one, I don't think that Offender saw this because he showed up and said it way after Zach posted this, but Zach, No Breaks Estrada, and Offender both said, "Thou shalt not miss an episode of CWG."
Oh,
We
thank you,
loved it.
fellas. Phil Lombardo says 11. I can see you. Creepy God.
Yeah, he I don't know, he do be watching, just like
Yeah,
Santa.
God is a cuck.
Alex Krieg says, "Thou shalt not be a goddamn maniac and return your shopping cart." I agree with that one.
Who said that?
Alex Krieg.
My man, AK. Joey White said, I'm going to read it verbatim. Shout, schlatt at the devil.
Slat at the devil.
Shout at the devil.
And
All right.
Dan says, number 11, whites only.
Yeah. Dan also says 11. Don't get high on your own supply. I think he's thinking of the 10 crack commandments.
Yeah, I think that was like number 4 or something.
Yeah.
Will Conway says, "Thou shalt try everything at least once."
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
And Dan Stinson also said, "No relief on student loans." Mm-mm.
Yeah, fuck you, Dan.
I'm fucked.
Andy Dellinger said, "Thou shalt not trust Abraham."
Bacon said, "Wipe from front to back, always."
Clarence Ray Ash said, "Thou shalt not harsh the buzz."
And Joey White said, "Thou shalt not sweat the petty stuff, but always pet the sweaty stuff. A woman."
Mm-hmm. Also, one more time, if you are watching this on YouTube and you want to be a part of this, come over to Facebook, follow Comedy Writers Guild Podcast, and that's where we are streaming from on Facebook, or follow Harmon Comedy on Facebook. If you're wondering why your comments aren't being read, it's because we're not looking at the YouTube comments. So come on over here.
Or the TikTok comments, fucking Zoomers.
Yeah, right. Sean Wheeler said, "Thou shalt not kill in the comments of YouTube as you would on Facebook." That's what reminded me of that.
Sean Wheeler also said, "There was an 11th, and Moses broke the shit. Something about not molesting children."
Yeah. Who said that?
Sean Wheeler.
Sean, that was good.
He's been doing
Clarence Ray Ash, you must have kids, man. He said, number 11, we don't talk about Bruno. You wouldn't know that, would you, Travis?
Actually, I would. I really liked Encanto.
Oh, okay.
It was a good one.
It is. It is a good one.
Yeah, I'm still here for Pixar. Pixar makes some good stuff.
For sure.
Pixar character Lindsay Campbell said, and this isn't about the Joe concept. We should have done this while he was still here. Ask Jake about the time I was gonna fight his homie. Thou shalt not startle Jake Coulter. Tell us about that in the comments there, Jake. That sounds interesting.
Well, she might be on, man, because I can't see the likes, but this comment that she put is probably my favorite one. Lindsay Campbell said 11. We're actually Muslim, okay?
Allahu Akbar. Phil Lombardo said 11. Just kidding. Just kidding.
That was good. That was witty. Josh Martinez says there were actually 5 more commandments, but Moses hoarded them for himself.
Bastard.
God damn it, Moses.
And Kyle Yankowski said, "Thou shalt jam out with thine yam out." Yeah, I like his yam religion a lot better than this shit.
Christy Bacon says, please disregard previous post, number 11. And then Phil Lombardo says 11, left it blank, and then said, insert your own here.
Sean Wheeler says, thou shalt not talk about dolphin pussy for this amount of time.
All right, touche. Tuna Shay. Clarence Ray Ash. 11th commandment, make me a sandwich.
Kyle Yankowski, and this one might be for one particular member of our audience. Thou shalt not put thy nunsack on thou'st drum set. I bet it feels good though.
Yeah, give me a rim job. Is that what they call it?
Something like that.
No, what do they call it in drums? It's not a rim job. I'm fucking
A rim shot.
A rim shot. A rim shot. Oh my god, that was a legit Freudian slip. I really thought for a second it was a rim job. I think I'm so used to saying rim job way more than rim shot in my life.
You're not going to be able to cancel Harmon ever because he keeps on Freudian slipping every damn skeleton in his closet right out here.
I do. I'm exposing myself.
And Josh Martinez, I don't think I've seen this name in chat for. Josh Martinez says, it'll be written by ChatGPT based on Christian rhetoric, and it just says, thou shalt bomb the Middle East.
Damn. Damn. Maybe there is an 11th, and that's what it is, and they just keep that at the Vatican or something.
They do,
because it seems like that's what they be doing.
Yep. Dan Stinson says, number 11. LOL, what if it was something stupid and useless like, have a fantastic day?
Dan Stinson also says, it's just a picture of a toilet paper roll replaced properly. Christy Bacon says, number 11, you must lick it before you stick it.
Greasy. Will Conway says, thou shalt not believe voices from bushes or clouds.
Yeah, that was good. Brian Lewis says, thou shalt not poop during sex.
And Kyle Yankowski says, thou shalt not pay for sex. I'd be doing both at once. Uh-oh. And Brian Lewis also said, thou shalt not smoke your friend's weed without bringing chips.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dan Stinson, number 11. Don't harbor pedophiles. Tony Hinchcliffe bringing Kid Rock up on the stage. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
Right. Don't be sorry.
Okay, I'm not.
Never be sorry about the truth. Sean Wheeler says, wait, they were Jews when they got the commandments. Thou shalt not use space laser on blue roofs.
If you know, guys.
Yeah, that was good.
Kind of weird how the Hawaii fires and the LA fires, like all the blue shit seemed to be fine. That was weird.
Yeah.
Bringing us to...
Go ahead.
Kyle Yankowski, thou shalt not pick dingleberries during the season of spring. Summer's right around the corner.
Lindsay Campbell probably said my favorite one. All right. Lindsay Campbell, 11. Let me crash on the couch whenever I'm in town. God. Dash God.
Josh Martinez, number 11. Thou shalt wash your penis before intimacy.
Yeah, I saw that. Josh, what are you, gay, dude? How else you gonna make her gag?
You gotta get the job done somehow. Will Conway, thou shalt not snip the tip. That's That's a hell of a thing to tell the Jews.
Yeah. I don't know if you read this or not. Kyle Yankowski, thouest must remember who smelt it, dealt it.
I did not. That was actually the last item on my list. The next item on my list was also Kyle Yankowski with "Thou shalt not remember who they were in a previous life."
Oh, that's deep. Of
Yeah,
course that came from Kyle.
imagine if Jesus just went around telling people that he was Buddha.
Yeah, right?
Or Krishna, is there a Thrashra, or fucking Harmon Comedy?
Say what now?
Nothing. I just Freudian slipped.
Oh.
Well, that was my list. Let me look and see if we have anything resembling a winner. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's a new one that's very recent from Dan Stinson. He said, "It's just the Konami code. Left, right, up, down, BA, something to that effect."
Yeah. Dan agrees, not agrees, not that I agree, but he says Lindsay and Trey each had the best jokes this round.
And
Lindsay did have my favorite joke. And I think there was two of them that I really liked from her, but let's see what everybody says.
Well, we have a billion way tie for first place right now. So guys, never mind. I do see a. Oh wait, I see another winner. A two-way tie for first place, both of which are the same person, and thankfully the comments are close together, so I won't lose them.
Cool.
And yeah, you got me to go ahead and read the winners?
Yes, sir.
All right. Like I said, two-way tie for first place, both of which are the same person. The first comment was the 11th commandment would be "Don't suck off your cousin," and the other one was "The Pope died because he caught a whiff of J.D. Vance's wife." Those comments were made by none other than.
Hold on. That was from the last round.
Oh wait, never mind. This guy has a one-way tie for first place with himself. He is still the first place winner, and that person is Trey Campbell.
Trey.
All right, buddy.
All right, Trey.
Just sent you the link.
Travis is sending the link. All right, that brings us to the fourth and final joke concept of the night. Are we going to break a record? Are we going to have a third record break for how many people comment in one episode? You ready?
And are we going to have a third guest who was also a special guest on the show at some point?
True. So the third joke concept of the night. What two celebrities would make the most wild podcast episode?
And there's Trey now.
Trey, what's up, my dude?
Unmute yourself, my guy.
Yeah, you're muted, dude. Oh,
Come
fuck.
on. We believe in you, Trey. Do you know sign like, he's trying. He just used a racial slur in sign language. You can't have that, Trey. And now he's frozen from the shame and guilt of having signed a racial slur. And he's still muted.
Hold on. You can unmute him, right?
Let me attempt to do so.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, it says I can only ask for him to unmute. Maybe that'll help him out.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, I did that.
So Trey, if you tap the screen and then at the bottom left, a microphone will pop up.
Well, he figured out how to get rid of his video feed.
Yeah, tap the screen, bottom left, microphone.
Or how about this? We'll ask you yes or no questions. For yes, do this. For no, show us your penis.
It says it won't allow you. What type
Try
of
try opening this up in a different browser if you can, like Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Safari, whatever you got.
use Lindsay's phone?
Or use Lindsay's phone, yeah.
All right. Last Joe concept. What two celebrities would make the most wild podcast episode?
Apart from Harmon and myself.
Damn right.
All right, yeah, they're on there already doing it up in the comments right now.
Of course they are. They're fucking comedic geniuses over here.
Yeah.
And also, guys, don't forget, Travis, can you get rid of Trey's thing, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Guys, don't forget, tonight is going to be the return of our closer. So we will have a Fender on the podcast tonight for the closer. It's been 2 weeks, and he is making his strong return. And I look forward to that.
Very much.
Yeah, him and I. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, it's because you're ginger, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly right. How y'all doing?
Good, bro. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. I'm just watching the NFL draft.
Oh, yeah, that's tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I really thought the Giants were going to take Shador Sanders, but they took Jackson Dart instead. So.
Oh, god damn it, dude. I don't watch fucking sports.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just real shocked.
But I'll tell you what, I don't watch sports, but I keep up on it through following you on Facebook.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's cool. I guess if I could bring sports information to people who don't care, that's my goal, you know.
And let me ask you this, like you must be really sad that the Pope died because for some reason you had like this inside scoop on any time a celebrity dies.
Yeah.
And you were definitely getting that information from the Vatican, right?
Yeah, I got a call at about 3 a.m. I woke up, I had to urinate, and my phone was ringing, and I got a call, and it was from a fucking plus, you know, those crazy numbers with the plus in front of it.
Yeah.
And I answered it, and I was all asleep. I was like, hello? And they're like, Trey, the Pope is dead. And they were speaking in some weird accent. I can't even do an impression of the accent, but they were like, Trey, the Pope is dead. You have to tell people on Facebook. And I was like, yep, well, okay, you got it. Let me make a post. So I went to the bathroom, I urinated, and I let everybody know the news that Pope Francis has passed on to another dimension.
What a cross to bear.
Yeah.
All that laying on you.
Yeah.
Such
It was all on me.
responsibility.
I mean, I'm glad they chose me to do it, and you know, they wanted me to convey the message that there was no more Pope. But you know, it is really stressful when you're trying to sleep, and you know, every morning you wake up looking to see if there's any missed calls from the Vatican City to see if the Pope is dead. And you just wait by the phone. It's an arduous process. It's a lot of waiting by the phone when the time comes. But when that time finally came, I was like, all right, this is my moment. And I think I did good. The Vatican City was very pleased with the coverage of the Pope death. And they sent me a nice basket, a nice fruit basket for you know, telling the masses. So I'm real excited.
That's cute, man.
Yeah, a
I mean,
lot of fruit.
If Jesus was here, I would think he would say you nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if Jesus would hear or was here, he would say, uh, I don't know. I think you pretty much hit the nail on the hand. You
Thank
know.
you. Perfect, perfect. Yeah, dude, I get a lot of my okay, so I don't in particular follow sports, but anybody who's listening right now, if you do follow sports, this is the guy to fucking follow on Facebook, Trey Campbell. Yeah, but I do get other news from you, which we just spoke about. How do you learn about these celebrity deaths so quick? Like I learned about OJ Simpson from you, everything.
Yeah.
You're like better than TMZ.
Well, it's crazy you mentioned it. Back in the day when Michael Jackson died in 2009, I told a bunch of people. I was the first to know. So I just have a bunch of people kind of roaming the streets. They check hospital records and see if any celebrities are not doing so well or in the hospital, and they just give me a call. They say, "Hey Trey, there's a real possibility that tomorrow Robert Duvall is gonna die." And I say, "All right, I'll keep an eye on that." And so I
Damn.
write down drafts of celebrities that are about to go, and I have them just locked and loaded. And when the time comes, I just go straight to social media and I just let everybody know. And I got to thank a lot of my foot soldiers out there that are patrolling the earth. They're everywhere. I couldn't. I don't know how I got that guy in the Vatican City. I mean, I think we met on Pal Talk. You guys remember Pal Talk?
Yeah, Palestine.
Yeah, yeah. That's all they have in Palestine. They don't have social media. They have Pal Talk, and this guy was on Pal Talk with me. We were in a Pal Talk chat room, and he said, "Listen, I got you. If anybody's gonna die in this world that's a historical figure, I'm gonna be right there to report it, and I'm gonna tell you first." And
Damn.
they hit me up. You want to know how I got the OJ scoop?
How?
So, you know, back in the day, OJ Simpson went to jail. We all know about that for armed robbery.
Yeah.
And he became good friends with named an inmate named Latravion. Latravion and OJ
Mm.
became really tight while they were doing time in New Jersey. So OJ and Latravion talked every day, and me and Latravion met at a expo at the for a sports expo in Las Vegas when I went back in 2023, and we became real tight. And he said, "Bro, if OJ dies, I'm gonna be the first to know, and you're gonna be the second to know." So I just kind of just was waiting by the phone, and one day I finally get the call, and it's from a New Jersey area code, and I'm like, "Uh oh,
Oh shit.
OJ's
Latravion,
dead."
you
Yeah,
knew it
yeah,
instantly.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So I picked up the phone, and Latravion was like, "Hey, buddy, it's time. OJ is gone." So I was like, he was
Damn.
like, "You know what to do. This is your Heisman moment. Let everybody know OJ is gone."
Fuck, dude. Dude.
Yeah.
So can I ask? I mean, forgive me if this is going too far, but who's next?
You're not gonna like it.
Oh fuck.
You're not gonna like who's next.
I knew it. Dude.
Jack Nicholson.
Oh,
Oh fuck, dude.
I
That
can. You know what? To be honest, I can live with it.
that bird's about to fly right over the cuckoo's nest. Let me tell you how I know Jack Nicholson's not doing so well. And another sleeper pick to look out for. I don't know if you're a big music guy, if you're big into 70s guitarists, but Carlos Santana also a good pick. He's on the way out. He's been hospitalized multiple times. He's had to cancel a lot of shows. Carlos Santana is about to find the black magic woman in the sky. He's about to die next. But Jack Nicholson and Carlos Santana are my two sleeper picks to die
Well,
here in the coming months. So just look out for that. Be ready for Carlos Santana. He's Rob Thomas is gonna lead him in a parishioner. He's gonna be the leading parishioner in his funeral. So yeah, one of those two, either Carlos Santana or Jack Nicholson, will no longer be on this mortal
I
coil. Very
I heard
Well,
soon.
that Santana wanted to depart, like, have his ceremony in two different ways. He wanted a fire ceremony, but he also wanted to be buried. They were going to call it the Matchbox.
Yeah, yeah, I heard about that too. I think that was all Rob Thomas's idea. I think the family of Carlos Santana is against that idea. They want the regular fire ceremony like they planned, but Rob Thomas has a lot of influence in Carlos Santana's life. As you know, he revitalized his career when they made the 2003 or 2000. I can't remember what year, but when he revitalized his career by singing on the Smooth. So y'all remember that song, Smooth?
Just like the ocean under the moon, and it's the same as the emotion that I get from you. Of course I
Yep.
do, man.
Yep, Rob Thomas really put Santana back on the map with that song.
Hey, hey,
So
hey! Santana created that map.
he did, but
Okay.
people had kind of been forgetting, and then in comes the Matchbox 20, and they completely brought Santana back to the forefront. So I think that I think with that, Rob Thomas is going to use that as a bargaining chip, and I think we're going to end up seeing him getting buried in a matchbox. If you ask me, what I think's going to happen, I think that's what's on the way.
All right. Well, all right. Well, I'm just changing my bets on DraftKings right now.
Yeah,
well, that
I would say Santana's a pretty good pick. Morrissey might be on his way out. There's some people in this house that are very disappointed that Morrissey would be dead, but
Yeah.
he's been very sick for a while. Um, like I said, Robert Duvall is one, but he keeps ticking. He keeps kicking. He's still out there doing it. So I would say Jack Nicholson's on the way out, as is Carlos Santana. I have a lot of foot soldiers patrolling Hollywood, and if I ever get another insider scoop, you gotta I'll let y'all know, and we got to do this again. You
Please,
know,
please,
because
man. You're breaking my heart with the Carlos I can't.
I mean, he kind of lost me when he started stealing Bobby Lee's jokes, but I do kind of have a special place in my heart for Carlos Santana.
he stole Bobby Lee's jokes. I didn't hear about this. What happened?
I don't know.
God
Joe Rogan called
damn.
him out on it like 15 years ago.
Oh
Really?
shit.
Yeah, it sucks. Like,
Harmon's taking it hard.
Man. Are you fucking? Oh my god.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he stole Bobby Lee's jokes. What was he doing him on stage? Like after he was playing the guitar, he was just fucking popping out Asian jokes.
yeah, I mean, he was pretty good on like Mine to Santana, but
Yeah,
All right, we have to stop this conversation right now. All right, Trey, it's been awesome, man.
yeah. I
Thank
love
you for
coming
coming
on.
in.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, can you give us some good news before you go or something?
Yeah, I got some great news. Tomorrow is gonna be a cool day. I think we're gonna see some things happen in the works I think everyone's gonna have a great day tomorrow. I
All right.
think one of y'all will win some money if you'll buy a Powerball ticket tonight, or for tomorrow's drawing. I think y'all could at least win $5 if y'all go and buy a Powerball. There's been a lot of winners in your area, Harmon. There was a winner in Pennsylvania yesterday. That's kind of close to you.
Yeah.
So I think if y'all go and buy a Powerball ticket, I can't guarantee you'll win the jackpot or even $1,000, but I guarantee you will win at least $5. You will get one of the numbers, and
Thank God, dude. Thank God. All right. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm
Were
feeling
you
a little. You brought
you're
me back.
you were
Thank
really
you.
taking the Santana news hard.
I'm like, let's not even mention his name right now.
All right, I
Just
won't.
just do me that respect. Don't mention
Yeah,
his name. But $5? Are you
yeah,
sure?
yeah. I would say at least $5 to $10 you can win on a Powerball ticket.
Fuck
If you,
yeah. Okay, cool.
yeah,
All right. I can live with that.
tomorrow's Powerball Friday. Like I said, there's been some winners up in the Northeast. There was one in Pennsylvania the other day. So just make sure you get the mega plier number or the power plier right, and you'll
Okay.
win at least $5.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to, Powerball Friday. As long as there is no sad Santana Saturday, I'll be fine.
No, there will be no sad Santana Saturday, nor sad Santana Sunday.
If
Uh,
you're up there, if you are up there, motherfucker, Robert De Niro.
yeah,
Robert De Niro.
he's doing pretty good though. He just had a kid.
Uh, yeah, I wouldn't call that doing good. I got two of those.
Yes. Well, it all depends on how you look at it. He actually thought that being old would keep him from having a kid. He wanted a DNA test the moment he found out he was having a baby. As it really fucked him up. So maybe you're right. Maybe Robert De Niro is on the way out.
I hope so.
Yeah, yeah, he's kind of annoying, Robert. I didn't like Scent of a Woman. I thought that movie was stupid. Ooh,
Well,
what a dumb movie.
well, dude, as always, man, it's fucking a pleasure, dude. And
Yeah, of course.
hope to see you guys on here next week.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be on here coming up with jokes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was
So,
fun. Say hi to Lindsay for me.
hey, what's up?
Hey, Harman.
Hey.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hey, Travis.
Hi,
Sorry.
Lindsay. It's all right. I will learn to forgive you.
Yeah,
He will forgive you. He's easy to forget.
unlike the Pope.
Unlike the Pope. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah, hopefully we catch you in here next week. Always a pleasure, man. And hey, where do people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at juggalo_Trey23. You can also follow me on Twitter or X, whatever you decide to call it, at SportsRM749. SportsRM749.
Sports RM749, folks.
Yeah,
Threads. Tell them about Threads.
I'm also on Threads. You could just find me on Threads. It's just my name. I'm not on Blue Sky because that's for pussies. I'm not on YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube enough, but that should change here soon.
Nope.
I'm instigating.
I'm also on Pal Talk if you're in Palestine and you want to.
Oh, that's great.
So
Fuck. All right. Awesome, man. Guys, go follow him on all socials except for
Blue Sky. I'm not
Blue
on Blue
Sky.
Sky. Blue Sky's for pussies. I'm
For
not
pussies.
on there.
Remember that, guys. Blue Skies for pussies.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our sponsor, Blue Skies. Everybody, no, it's Blue Chew. But anyway, all right. Trey, I'll talk to you later, dude.
Yeah, y'all have a good one.
Yeah, you too, brother.
Later.
All right.
Later.
Take it easy.
God damn it, Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana, man. There you go. Thank you.
No problem.
Hold up. I got to get that off. There we go. All right. That was Trey Campbell, everybody. So now let me turn my phone back on, get off of DraftKings. Because I know she's making a comeback, but I really had my money on Lindsay Lohan. As fucked up as that sounds, I don't know. She's turned her life around. Looks like Ozempic is really working for her. But I had my mortgage on Lindsay Lohan. All right. So for the fourth and final joke concept of the night, what two celebrities would make the most wild podcast?
All right. And once again, we had a ton of answers. I'm gonna admit, a lot of these answers were like legitimate answers to the question, less so than like
I knew
jokes.
that was gonna happen, dude.
Yeah, but there were some heaters in there still. All right, scroll back up to the top of my list. First one I got here is from Bacon, and she says Britney Spears and Casey Anthony.
That's interesting. Real quick, I'd just like to say, Dan Stinson said, "LOL, Harmon is about to learn about copyright strikes."
Yeah, from what?
Oh, maybe because I sang the song.
Yeah,
Gotcha. I was wondering what he was talking about, and then it clicked.
yeah. Also, another hilarious comment that came out of that conversation. Jake Coulter said, "The way Trey said you're not gonna like it, I thought Lindsay was gonna sneak up behind Herman and slit his throat."
Oh, that was good.
When he ran off, I thought that was exactly what happened.
Nah, that was called method acting.
Meth head acting.
Yeah, I was on meth and I was acting.
That's okay. Anyway, Dan Stinson says O.J. Simpson and Nancy Grace.
Okay.
And then we have Phil Lombardo with Kanye and Yee. I guess
Okay.
bipolar is fun. And Andy Dillinger, Jojo Siwa, and Andrew Tate.
Oh my god, I would fucking pay to see that.
Me too.
I don't like either of them.
No. I mean, yeah, I would watch it. Kyle Yankowski with Riff Raff and Rucka Rucka Ali.
Yes. Dude, let me just throw out there, if you haven't seen it already, one of the best combinations, like this is like a real one. This like so these two celebrities got together and it was probably one of my favorite podcast episodes ever. And they have two of them. They did so good in the first one, people were like wanting him back. But Riff Raff and fucking Theo Vaughn, dude.
That was so good. I love that. The harmony between those two was
Yes.
almost as good as the harmony between you and Trey just now.
Yeah, oh, dude. Yeah, it was. Well, thank you. That actually means a lot.
That came from the
But yeah,
heart.
I appreciate that. Riff Raff and it was like Riff Raff was out Theoing Theo almost, and it was like that's hard to do, man, because Theo's a fucking character. But yeah, if you guys haven't checked that out, there's two of them. They're both great. I think the first one was a little bit better, but Riff Raff and Theo Vaughn, dude, go check that shit out.
Highly recommend. Next was Sean Wheeler, and he said Casey Anthony and some pro-choice feminists.
Oh yeah, put them in a room with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, how pro-choice are you?
Yeah.
So where did I see it? Oh, Clarence Ray Ash, Superman and Clark Kent.
Weird. Those guys have nothing in common.
Yeah, and then right underneath that, Josh Martinez says Alex Jones and Bill Hicks.
I like this one. Christy Bacon says Luigi Mangione and RFK. And here's another one that falls under the category of would actually be really cool. Andy Dillinger said Tom Green and Eric Andre.
Oh yeah, that would be amazing. Kyle Yankowski said, excuse me, Queen Latifah and Bernie Mac. That would also be amazing.
Yeah. Dan Stinson said Vladimir Putin and Dan Levy. I'd watch it. Schitt's Creek.
Oh, I don't. I was trying to think. Dan, like, is he the gay one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I know who he is, but I don't. My girl watches that. I don't watch that shit.
It's good. Speaking of Theo Vaughn, Sean Wheeler said Theo Vaughn and Vladimir Putin.
Oh, dude, That would be amazing, dude. Another one, Theo Von and Trump. That was a great one too.
Yeah, I was about to say he already did Trump. Like Putin's just the next step up the ladder. Like that legitimately might happen someday.
Yeah, it could.
This one would be fucking awesome. This one speaks to my heart. Bacon said Johnny Knoxville and Steve Irwin.
Really? Well, everybody loves Steve Irwin.
I particularly love Steve Irwin and Johnny Knoxville. They could get into some shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Jordan Lee Richards says, I'd like to see Joe Rogan and Carlos Mencia. Fuck it, bruh.
Yep. Phil Lombardo said Joe Rogan and a black hole. I mean, are we talking about
Okay.
Queen Latifah again?
Yeah. No, he already did that. His name's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Dan Stinson said Bill Cosby and Diddy.
Oh shit. Yeah.
And Jake Coulter, Medea and Dr. Phil.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. 2 characters.
Yeah. Clarence Ray Ash, P. Diddy and Johnson and Johnson.
Hmm. Jordan Lee Richards. This is for Trey. He said Trey really seems like an encyclopedia, and I just want to ask him random trivia. Dude, Trey is fun, man, and he is like an encyclopedia. Um, yeah, he's very fun.
Yeah, if I understand Trey's post correctly, this year Jimmy Johnson he's a hot pick for the NFL draft. That's my understanding.
Yeah, no.
Dan Stinson said Jesus and the Hawk Tua girl.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, yeah. Um, Kyle Yankowski said Harmon with clown paint and a bowl of cereal. Thank you for referencing my joke.
Yeah, oh fuck, it took me a second. Bacon said, me and Ari Shafir, Bacon and the Jew, we can call it unkoshered.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very bacon-esque. I like that. Jordan Lee Richards, he replied to the Harmon with clown paint and the bowl of cereal, and he said that paint was so good it looked like AI. Jordan, it was a TikTok filter. I did not paint my face.
Dan Stinson says John Benet Ramsey and Hitler.
What the fuck?
That's one for the books. Kyle Yankowski said Buddha, Jesus, and Krishna walk into a bar. They got pretty and lit and left lightened. I dig it.
Oh shit. AK said Pinocchio and Bert Kreischer. Oh man. The only
Yeah.
the only thing is Bert Kreischer's nose wouldn't grow,
Nope.
but it sure as fuck should.
Jake Coulter said, the Alexa chick, first guest, and Jeffree Star.
Oh, dude. That'd be amazing. I mean, Alexa would be hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd definitely be rubbing one out to that podcast. So Sean Wheeler says Harmon as the Memphis Strangler and William Montgomery.
Yes.
I would love to make that happen. William, if you ever fucking watch this, dude, let's fucking go, dude. Don't fuck this up for me. I got a lot riding on this.
Dan Stinson said, LOL, this isn't for the concept. He said, LOL Foot Soldiers is a good name for a foot fetish club that meets every Wednesday. What did you know about that, Harmon?
Oh man, that's awesome. I like that.
I love that we had a trans guest on this podcast tonight, and you're still getting more shit over the foot stuff than I am over the trans stuff. It's
Yeah, that's true, right?
This
I
is
didn't
kind of
think about
spinning out of control.
Yeah.
Andy Dellinger says David Lucas and David Goggins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fat means fit.
Yeah.
Fat meets fit. Yeah.
And Bacon said Christopher Titus and Bill Burr, I thought they were the same person forever. I can see
Really?
that. I can see it.
I can see it.
Speaking of which,
Kyle Yankowski said Bert Kreischer trying to beat off on a cracker and getting people to eat it. He essentially does that. I'm sure that's what his food tastes like in his podcast.
Yeah.
Dan Stinson said Opie and Anthony.
Clarence Ray Ash said Courtney Love and Billy Corgan, and then Bill Burr drops in.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? You think they're brothers?
I don't know. Like, I think that Bill Burr makes way better comedy than Billy Corgan makes fucking music.
Yeah, I mean, I'm way cooler than my siblings. So what?
Yeah.
Probably not. I don't know.
I'm definitely not. My sister is literally so much cooler than me. Alex Krieg said DMX and Lassie.
Oh, because he would just bark, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about Michael Vick and Lassie?
No. You're just a random patrol cop in Lassie.
Yeah.
And Christy Bacon says Jeffrey Epstein and Gypsy Rose.
Yeah. Jordan Lee Richards said Bert would be so upset that Pinocchio's nose is growing and his isn't.
Probably.
That's good.
Alex Krieg says Susan B. Anthony and Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
And
somebody said Helen Keller and Hitler. Amanda Burns was replying to something. Amanda, did you say that? And Dan was just replying to it? I don't know who said it, but Dan replied. And Amanda said, I don't know. I thought Helen Keller and Hitler was pretty good.
And Dan said Macaulay Culkin and Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Dan's response to, I don't know, I thought Helen Keller and Hitler was pretty good was he would be getting all mad and she would have no idea.
Kyle Yankowski said, my carrot and your mouth. Jesus Christ, dude.
Kyle also said, this one hurts. Fiona Cali and Michael Layer.
Yeah, that would be great. And Kyle also said, the Pope now and a stick. And last one on my list is Dan Stinson, Pablo Escobar, and Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that'd be tight.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Lee Richards says, I didn't see the interview, but only because I didn't want to be tempted to subscribe to the OnlyFans. I think he is speaking about our special guest tonight, Alexa Irizarry.
Yeah. Oh, Andy Dellinger said, my mom and your dick. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Josh Martinez says, Henry Ford and Walt Disney. It gets taken down by Anti-Defamation League. I like that.
Or just the current Disney platform.
Yeah. Jay Coulter just says, Bo Burnham. Dude. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Bo Burnham is like, I'm about to hit that dude up on Instagram. See if he'll come on the episode.
That would be tight.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking through the comments now, and we have like a 7-way tie for first place. So guys, remember, if any of these made you laugh or even chuckle just a bit, get out there and hit the like, hit the ha, hit the heart, hit the something. Let's get a clear winner in here. And if you can't find any of these jokes, it's probably because you're on YouTube. You need to switch over here and participate.
Yep. Kyle Yankowski said 2 bums and a sandwich. Isn't that the name of Tom and Bert's podcast?
I think so.
If it's not, it should be 2 bums and a sandwich. Dan replied to it with 2 bums and a sandwich. He replied to it with the same thing.
Oh, it looks like a winner has just emerged.
Okay.
Shall I read?
Yes, sir.
All right. So for this concept, the joke was Harmon as the Memphis Strangler and William Montgomery, and that was from Mr. Sean Wheeler. Yes, sir. All right, Sean. Sending you a link.
Sean made it back to the episode.
Good to see. He's been dropping heaters all night.
Yeah.
He put some fucking funny ones in the last concept.
Yeah, he does well. He's a good comic, man. He started not that long ago. I remember he was one of the ones that I was convincing in the beginning, like, dude, just go out there and hit a mic. Just go out there and hit a mic. And now he's fucking hit mics all the time, dude. So yeah, he's doing awesome. He's a funny guy. Me and him have been friends on here for over a year now. We used to talk like me and you talk now, Travis, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Sean, come on to the podcast, bro. That was a good one, dude. That would be awesome too. If I could get William Montgomery on here,
oh yeah,
I wouldn't impersonate him. I would just be myself, but just to have him on would be pretty sick.
I would love to see William Montgomery's Harmon impression. Yeah, so guys, I definitely don't like feet or dolphin pussy. And there he is, Sean Wheeler.
Yo, Sean.
What's going on?
Dude, you ever seen a dolphin's pussy?
Yo, dude, the dolphin's pussy stuff, that was crazy.
You ever seen one?
That was, have I ever seen one, like, looked it up?
No, I've listen,
no.
I've never looked it up, but I've seen one.
I mean, not on purpose. I don't know. I've never.
Yeah. I've never seen it on purpose either, asshole.
But he has seen it on porpoise.
Oh, damn. That was, God, he missed that.
It's so good, it just knocked Sean right out of the jitsi. There he is.
There we go.
Dude.
Gypsy Rose.
You just missed a great joke.
What'd you say?
Because you said that. Go ahead, Travis.
I said Harmon has never seen a dolphin pussy on purpose, but he has seen it on porpoise.
Oh, shit. That's good stuff, man.
So,
man, I really pandered my way in here, huh? With the whole Harmon. Harmon's going to be on my podcast.
Well, you can't pander when we're not the ones voting.
I think we got
That's true.
2 people.
No, I totally milked your audience through a table just there. That's what I did.
I think we just got 2 people predicting the future right in a row.
Yeah, that's what it was. Dude, does your dogs have like tap dancing shoes on or something?
Yeah, they do. No, I gotta clip their nails, man.
Yeah,
fucking
take them
linoleum
for
floor.
a walk on the sidewalk. That's what it is.
That we do go for walks. just not on the sidewalk. We're out in the trees, buddy. Out in the woods, breathing in the air.
Good for you, man.
Yeah,
So
brother.
since the last time that you sent me your set, have you done any more mics?
Oh yeah, for sure. The last couple of weeks, I usually go to Mike's on Thursdays, but today I traded up for. There's a new mic on Monday at a place called Union Vapors, and they do. It's just a vape bar. It's like they sell alcohol and vape stuff at the same time. So bound to be pretty douchey. Um, and I'm gonna try out my A list, like my best material there. Set the tone. See how the mic works out.
Oh, you're saying you're going there this Monday. You didn't go there last Monday.
No, this will be my first time. I'm here right now because I traded up. Instead of going to the mic tonight, I'm going Monday.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like every time you come on here, you get on.
Well, not to suck my own dick here. But,
Am I right, or have you been on before and you just didn't get picked?
I don't know. No, there was definitely some times where I did not get picked.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well then,
I was
humble
just
yourself.
no, dude. What you said sounded way better, anyways. I was just gonna ride with that.
Yeah. Well, just fucking humble yourself, dude. Okay, chill. Nah, but you have made it on twice now, and they've always been good jokes. I do remember that. But yeah. So any fresh material you're willing to give up for the podcast right now?
Oh boy, it's a lot. Like I'm working on a few things. I'd have to go get my joke book for some of it, but like nothing's really. I don't have new stuff. Actually, there's one that's hitting pretty good. But some of the other stuff really just got to work out the kinks in it. Like the other day, I was talking about how. All right, so it was the fucking new Snow White movie, and how people were just mad at her, mad at this poor Puerto Rican girl for playing Snow White. And I was like, what? Did she eat the apple with a knife? You know? Did she start calling all the dwarves, just adding ass to the end of their names? Sleepy ass, dopey ass. Um and then it just kind of went into why the reason I didn't watch the movie is because they didn't use real dwarves. Um and that's all thanks to Peter Dinklage, who is like the Highlander of dwarves in movies.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He said it's bad for the stereotypes. And then I looked back at like the last movie role he had, and guess what that was, Armin?
What was that?
He was a dwarf. Hmm.
Well,
Hmm. Not only was he a dwarf, he was the last dwarf. Hmm.
well,
Avengers: Infinity War.
well, hear me out. I mean, is he
Okay.
ever going to play a role where he's not a dwarf?
Well, that's the thing. He's trying to stop all other dwarves from working in Hollywood because it's bad for the stereotypes. Yet he's fucking working as a dwarf. Now, this dwarf was 20 feet tall, which I think was worse. But
He's just got the odd shapes of a dwarf, but he's really tall.
yeah, it was that Avengers. I think it was Infinity War or whatever. But yeah, he played a giant dwarf.
Damn.
And then he's fighting for his fucking the rights not to, dwarves shouldn't play dwarves on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
And yet he's doing it at like the highest level. That's why I say he's like the Highlander of midgets. There can be only one dwarf in Hollywood.
Yeah, that's just like saying like a white guy can't play a black guy in a movie. Like,
Well,
dude,
I mean,
what's his name?
yeah, RDJ. RDJ was that guy in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. Tropic Thunder. That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
It would
Dude,
be
that was amazing.
it would be like Harmon
Fucking
saying
right.
that no other dwarves can have a podcast.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to dwarf other podcasts. That's what I'm
Now you have that D Madness thing. Are you black Facebooking? Is that what you're doing right now?
is that oh no, I yeah, I guess technically that's what it would be. Yeah.
Only because
Black Facebook. I just figured that D Madness would never see it. So like what's the harm?
That's true. It's not like they have Facebook in Braille either.
No. Zuckerberg, you need to get on that, man. You're really like that it needs to be like ADA compliant, you know? We'll have the technology soon.
Fucking right, dude.
What else is new?
Fucking all right. So we got some new dates coming out. We're producing a lot of shows. That's packed. PA Comedy Troupe. We're producing shows. We're doing a festival in May. Is it May? May 24th. Doing it at a park, and I get to do stand up at a like outdoors in front of a bunch of people in the morning at like 11 a.m. and I'm not getting paid for it. So that's cool.
Money will come. Money will come.
No. It's cool. It's for exposure and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
getting something out of it, but I don't know who wants to hear. Like, not everybody's a comedy junkie who wants to hear that shit at 11 o'clock a.m. I mean, plus with my jokes, I don't know if people are going to be there with their kids. It's in a wrestling ring. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Are you going to go to MSG?
So that's in August. Yeah.
Yeah. August 14th, I believe.
I do have plans to try to make it out.
Cool. Sweet.
Oh yeah.
I'll be there 100%.
I mean, no, I know, dude. You and Karen Jones and
yeah.
yo, she just followed me on Instagram out of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Karen Jones did. I was so fucking excited. I sent it to the other guys in the troupe, and they're like, "Who the fuck is Karen Jones?" I'm like, "You guys aren't even fans of comedy if you don't know who this lady is."
Wait, hold on. I thought she said Travis, didn't she say she doesn't have social media?
She might not know that she has social media.
It might be like a fucking D Madness type thing where somebody made an account and all they do is like spew off racist shit.
Well, no, it's her interviews for Joke World.
Oh, I wonder if my interview's on there then.
And well, they're just still frames of them with like old country music playing in the background. So I'm pretty sure it's her.
Yeah, it's her. All right, confirmed.
They're not real videos at all. I'm
It's just
looking
like a
for them.
picture of
I'm like,
me. It's a picture of me standing there with a mic in my face, just like this, like a fucking thumbnail. It's like, "Country road, take me home." It's just like,
and the cat's in the cradle and
yeah.
the silver spoon.
It's just like fading in and out because she only knows how to use like one filter.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what that's everything on there. There's like 6 videos.
Yeah, it makes sense. She just has like a picture of like her pardon that she got from Trump.
Yes, that's on there. I swear to God, that's fucking on there.
Nailed it.
Oh,
Nailed it.
hell yeah, dude. It definitely is. There's like it's like a 2-pager too. You slide over and it's like her smiling, holding it or whatever.
Yeah, she's got it framed above her like mantle
Mhm.
next to
Bob
me
Seger
Mall's
playing in the
ashes.
background. Wait, what'd you say?
I said next to me Mall's ashes.
Yeah, right. Hell yeah, dude.
She was an interesting character though, but Travis, correct me if I'm wrong. I swear to God, every time we fucking turned around, she was right there.
Pretty much, yeah. She was right there when we were doing interviews. She was close enough to where she swooped in on Nerd Dork before we could.
Yes.
Right there when the tornado hit, right there when we were taking shelter from the tornado, and right there like when we were leaving the studio.
Tornado.
Yeah, she was always right there.
She fingered my ass in the parking lot.
It's quite comforting.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'd let
there
her.
was a tornado there, dude, like fucking 3 blocks from us.
No shit.
Yeah, you'll hear it
It
on
was.
second night of Kill Tony. He'll mention it.
I was gonna say he didn't mention it night one, but
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was
Didn't
pretty
mention it.
wild.
You guys are out there in the field, man.
Yeah.
Out there in the field fighting for your meals.
Yes, sir.
Fucking.
Well, I don't know
That's
if you
nuts.
saw, you know who Nerd Dork is, right?
Yeah, I posted that video of him saying that he talked to like some kind of insurrectionist.
Oh, yeah, you were the one that posted it. That's right. Yeah. And
Yeah. Well, I figured it would trick you.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. I was in a place to where I couldn't hear the video at first, and I thought you were just posting Nerd Dork because I just interviewed him. And then once I was able to hear it, at first I was like, "Wait, is he talking about me?" Because I'm thinking like, I'm pretty sure I just got interviewed by a terrorist, bro. And I got a long beard. I've
Yeah.
trimmed it down since then. It was a little bit longer than this, and I'm like, all right, what's this motherfucker saying right now? But now he was talking about her. You can't be
I-
slurring your words, bro. Don't be using slurs about me, dude. And
Slurs.
yeah, I was like, thank God it wasn't for me.
He's one of my favorite people to troll in his comments. Because he just goes off about some crazy shit.
Yeah,
He's funny. I am a fan in a lot of ways. But when he starts going off about like all he posted a video of him posting up at Walmart for his angry commenters or whatever to show up and fight him. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, you fucking posted a video about that stupid shit.
it wasn't
I'm like, bro,
satire.
I'm at fucking Walmart. No, he sat there at Walmart for like hours, for like 6 hours, and posted a video of it, of the aftermath afterwards. And I was like, this is ridiculous.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I think that he actually could have taken Karen in that fight.
Yeah, my money's on him. Actually, I'm about to go to DraftKings right now. Yeah, no, I didn't know he does shit like that. I've never seen any videos like that of him.
That was the first I'd seen it. I was like, what the fuck is this? You're at a Walmart in some obscure location, nowhere that anyone of your commenters would know or be near it.
Yeah.
You're just gonna go over there and make a video of you waiting in a parking lot.
Yeah, he's in a parking lot in Tennessee. Meanwhile, this guy's hating on him in Washington. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
That's crazy. Yo, meet me at Walmart.
Yeah, we're gonna let you go here, man. We're gonna have our closer hop on. Thanks for coming on tonight, man, and killing it. I saw all your other comments in there, and hopefully we see you next week.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, you too,
Hey,
bro.
Good talking.
You too, man. Always.
Peace
Later.
out.
All right. That was Sean Wheeler. Yeah, go follow him. He's a nice up and coming comic, man. He's really out there hustling, doing his thing. He started probably about a year and a half ago, something like that. But he's out there killing, dude. So yeah, go give Sean a follow. And now, Travis, you already sent him the links. If you want to send him a message and have our man Offender come on, he hasn't been on since right after our trip or my trip in Tennessee. You're already there.
Yeah, not since we hit that one guest, Jacob Local or something.
Illegal.
Something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they all call them de-legal out there in Texas. It's Delegal. And I'm pretty convinced it's because they just can't read in Texas. I don't know how the education system is. But we do have a lot of people from Texas following, so that was a joke. Love you guys.
It's all right. We can't read out here in Tennessee either, nor do we want to.
No.
It's for the gays. That's why they got
Reading
letters.
gays.
And there he
Speaking of
is.
gays, what's up, brother?
Unmute yourself. There we go.
Oh, and then turn down us in the background.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we just need ourselves turned down. On the phone or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. We're gonna turn. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Can. Okay. I cannot hear you, so give me 1 second. Okay.
All right. Jordan Lee Richards. Any other men wearing a fanny pack? If so, what's in it? Your mom's number.
Jake Coulter said a fanny.
Yeah, I bought this fanny pack, but I don't have this fanny to go in it.
And Jordan Lee Richards thinks it's called a placenta.
Oh. Can you hear us?
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Does it sound okay?
Yes, but we also hear ourselves in the background.
Okay, so give me 1 second.
Yep.
What about now?
What about now? Yep, we are good.
We're good. And he's
Man,
frozen like an ice cube.
we were good. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, hop on over to the Comedy Writers Guild podcast on Facebook and just say what's up for a minute. You know, we'd like to see who's viewing from YouTube. All right.
We see you, we hear you.
We hear ourselves though too.
You hear yourselves too? What about now?
Yeah. Hold up. Yeah. A little bit, but it's not annoying.
It's
good.
not super intrusive.
Nah.
I can
No,
tune
hold
it
on.
out.
We're not doing that. That's why I'm sorry, guys, that I messed this up.
You're not messing shit up, dude.
It's all
We
good.
have
All right. What about now?
Yo. No,
Yo.
we're good. We're good.
All right.
So it's been a
Fellas!
while, man. How's it
Dude,
been?
come here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Reunited and it feels so good.
What the fuck is up, gentlemen?
Yo, what's going on, Cameron?
Enjoying life on 6th Street. What can I say?
Damn right. Yeah. How has
Yeah.
life on 6th Street been for you guys?
Fucking fantastic. Yesterday I grabbed 6 mics, a lot of stage time. Yeah, today I hopped on a show as well. So I'm enjoying it.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's hustling right there.
Let me ask you this. Is there any other town in the United States where you can hit 6 mics in one night? Nashville, for example.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But comedy's gonna take over, bro. CWG, Joe Rogan. You know, there's people in the works. They're working on it. Give them uno momento, por favor, senor.
Damn right.
Hey, comedy's a hot commodity. Every town needs more of it.
I agree 100%. Every person needs more of it as well. The world would be a better place. Yeah.
Bro, when I bark people and they say no to comedy, I'm like, I'm ashamed. I feel like that's probably why you get paid by your wife, sir. I tell them that shit too. That's why you're going bald, sir.
Yeah, I heard you say that in what was it? The thing that JP made. The video okay, glitch out for a sec. The video that JP made, somebody was like, "Yeah, that's why you're going bald." Yeah.
I'm just talking shit. I don't really mean it. I'm no scientist.
Nah, we didn't think you were. No, but it does look like your parents experimented with some DNA. I'll tell you that.
Hey, he's a scientist. He's who found out the difference between steers and queers.
The bus looks like he's been experimenting around with DMT.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, gentlemen, just in case any officers are watching this. I have totally not been.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm just joking. So hey, how are you guys?
Great, dude.
Good, man. Pretty good. Had a great episode.
We've been
Excited
watching
about
the
that.
whole episode, dude. It's been great, dude. You guys really cleaned up your act, dude. I'm glad to see that you're both off drugs and tranny cock. I mean, that's a blessing.
Yeah,
Dude.
clean up
Well.
your act, but not your mind, right?
I mean, I say that with respect to our special guest tonight.
Well, I'm gonna say,
Amazing
man.
interview. I do
Yeah.
think you should have asked some of those questions. I would have loved to heard some of her answers. You know,
Dude, I fucking forgot, man. I
it's
didn't.
okay, dude.
Yeah,
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
I know. There's always
Hey,
a
but I
second
know
time.
no matter what, you're gonna fucking masturbate to it, dude. Later.
Oh yeah, you know it. Later. What do you mean? That's why I have the camera so high. So, what do you think about? What's your stance on? No. Yeah, no, it was an amazing interview with her. She did awesome. She's hilarious. Very good sport about everything. And
Dude, Dan Stinson. Sorry to interrupt again, but goddamn, Dan Stinson.
yeah,
That guy came out of nowhere. Thank God he's chiseled on the rock of the founding members. You know that shit is
Yeah.
awesome as hell, dude. He
dude.
killed it. Trey,
Dan's
everybody did a great job tonight.
Dude, Trey's improvising that he did tonight was fucking flawless. He did great.
Yeah,
I was trying to
Trey's a great
keep up with
person,
him.
too.
I wasn't
What's that?
exaggerating when I said that y'all had like the same kind of synergy as like Theo Von and Riff Raff there. That was some magical shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
did.
we're the Redneck Avengers. You ain't never seen nothing like this before. dude.
Redneck Adventures.
I swear to God, dude. I went to prison. Now I look like Thor, but they called me Sore. You know what I mean?
Well, Jordan Lee Richards says that y'all look like joke. No, sorry. Who said that? No, Alex Krieg said that y'all look like Jokeback Mountain.
Joke back now. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you, sir. That's a fucking great compliment.
Yeah,
I'll take that every day of the week.
AK's awesome, man. Yeah,
Hey, dude, you see what I'm wearing, boys? I'm wearing
Yes.
that Kill Tony fucking Nashville shit. Dude, that shit is sexy as hell, dude. I even got the same belt buckle on just for you boys. Look
Hell
at
yeah.
that shit, dude.
look at that bulge, man.
Hey, dude.
God damn.
It's where I have my weed at.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
His cock, huh?
Yeah.
Look. Oh, and I got the fresh boots. You got to give them the whole fit. I've been learning from the legend, the great Uncle Laser. I
Oh,
mean, he made me suck his cock for a fucking lesson or two, but it's been going pretty good.
yeah. So, cocaine's been your
No.
main source of energy.
No, sir, officer. I've already told you this.
Hey.
I'm high on life, dude. What are you talking about?
If there's
I'm a
any
fucking-
officers in the chat, if you could please leave now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or send up the flashing light emoji. You know,
Yeah, right.
just identify yourself now.
Exactly. Now they're all in the YouTube chats. They were too dumb to realize to come over to Facebook. That's what it was.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm telling my boyfriend to get over here on my.
We
Oh,
don't want
oh,
to
you
put it
got-
out in public quite yet, but
Well, I
he
thought we-
fucks real good.
Oh, I know. I went to Tennessee.
You know, you stayed in the hotel with us.
Mhm.
Dude, you've been to prison. If you wanted him to come sit down, you just got to pull your pocket inside out.
No, you gotta set a honey bun on the other mattress. That's what you do.
You just let one out.
Oh, call back.
He's like, coming, daddy. Yeah.
All right. What do you guys want to catch up on? How much time you got? Because we could sit here. I've been watching the whole episode, so.
We got, let's say we got 15 minutes. So,
All right.
So Cameron told us how it's going with him. How's everything going with you, man? Because it's been 3 weeks.
Oh, I know, dude. That's what I was telling him. I was like, when I wrote that joke, and I didn't see that someone else had already wrote it, right? Zach No Breaks Estrada, shout out. I think that's who it was. He said, never miss, thou shalt not miss a CWG episode. And I looked at Cameron and as I wrote it, and I was like, yo, dude, I said, I missed 2, and then I was like, oh shit, I missed 3. You know, you forget about that third sin, that first time you missed it. You
Oh yeah.
know, you're like, well, that one didn't count. You get a mulligan. You know.
Well, listen, man. Like technically, we know there's only 10 commandments. You've already broken most of those anyway, so we're not worried about a make believe 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that tonight I made sure. I mean, I don't really want to give away my exact location, but I will tell you, when I say I beat these fucking streets and I'm at the back doors of some of the biggest places with my short bus and a generator running right now so I can catch this episode and run my Wi-Fi that I can't afford. By God, I did that.
I appreciate that.
That's
Man.
what I fucking did. That's where I'm at with life. But I'm fucking loving it. Comedy and everything's been crazy. I'll say we haven't talked since Nashville. I haven't really dived into some of that stuff. The whole experience was wild.
Oh yeah.
It was a wild moment. This young man right here was with me, Cameron, walking right there with me. And I'll tell you one thing, dude. If they didn't recognize the orange jumpsuit, they love that fucking mustache, bro. They fucking loved it, dude. This young man couldn't walk nowhere without people being like, "That's a guy. That's a good. Holy shit!"
Hey,
Yeah.
it's a great trademark, man. If somebody sees my comedy down the line and says, I remember mustache, I'm fine with that.
Oh, damn right. That's
He wished he
memorable.
could say
for
that
sure.
about his cock, but you know, we're not all black. You know.
Yeah, does
No, but
the
it has
carpet
been-
match the fucking mustache? You just have like your balls shaved, but everything.
Wait,
He's got that over his
again?
balls.
Yeah.
That same cut over your dick and balls.
Yeah, it enhances the girth, especially at the base.
Yeah, he's got some tulips planted around it. You know, your lips, tulips, whatever.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, yeah. Because you told me you measure your dick starting from the center of your back too, right?
From my fucking asshole, dude.
He said I can't.
Same thing.
He said
You
I
don't do
can't
that?
use a fucking ruler. He said I have to use a tape measure so it bends all the way up.
No, dude. You're using the wrong measurement, bro.
Yeah, from G spot to the tip of my cock.
Yeah,
That's where it's at.
exactly.
That's
But
right.
it's not called a tape measure. It's called a tape measure. You know what I mean? A tate.
Taint.
Oh,
Taint.
okay.
Sorry.
There was a little
I'm
bit
from
of.
Alabama, bro. Just forgive some of the mishaps that happen. You know?
There's some accents in that part of the country if you're unfamiliar with such.
Oh, we are. We are.
So I'll give you a breakdown, and this is actually really cool and exciting. For somebody that's new to comedy, that is really just trying to figure it out, there are a couple things that I've been doing on a repeated basis. I think you've been highlighting a lot of that. As far as like, I do market, and I realize that separates me from a lot of people, and that I will, the smallest bump, even if I got to take the Kill Tony bump right off of Tony Hinchcliffe, you're gonna have to edit. 3,
I got
2,
you.
1. Tony Hinchcliffe's cock. You know, at the end of the day, it's a matter of sometimes when the moment ain't there, you gotta create it.
Yes.
And I believed in myself for 3.5, 4 years, repeating this shit day after day, thinking and coming up with a plan and program, and I'm really happy and honored to be a part of CWG. I'm grateful to have a group of friends that look out for me and I can shoot my ideas off of. It is hard living on the bus sometimes because power, you know, you ain't trying to get fucking whoop whoop, you know.
Yeah.
But in Nashville, I got embraced by some Kill Tony fans and their kids, and I got to hear all about who they were as people and their love for the show. And
Yeah.
I say this for every Kill Tony fan, like a real fucking fan. For whatever reason you like that show, for whatever reason brought you to it, for whatever reason it may have brought you to comedy. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's
Yeah,
just
hey.
awesome, dude. It's
Fuck
fucking dope. It's a fucking legendary show, dude.
Absolutely. And you made it on that legendary show. And then I'd also like to recap on what you just said. Guys that have not seen it in person, this man right here in this hat right? He you are the master at going out and creating your reality. A lot of people, I think a lot of people do that in life in general, where they sit back and it's like they expect everything handed to them, or, they just want to. That's why it took a year for me to even start this podcast. I just wanted to make sure I had everything right and everything perfect, right? But you go out there and, like I said before, people go out to Austin and kind of like let Austin create them, but you're creating your own Austin, man. And like the group of people like Cameron, like your whole team, dude, fucking Mario, JP, all those guys,
Bro.
it's like you found the right pack for you,
Well,
and you all just get it, dude.
I mean, here's the thing that I didn't know shit about the comedy scene. I had listened to podcast after podcast. I had done as much research as I possibly could, trying to be the most prepared that I could ever be here. I even thought in the very beginning, before I'd done all that work and time and effort and 3 years of investing to an idea, I thought, oh, I'll just go on Kill Tony my first time. I'll fucking kill it. Bro, I am so happy that did not happen. What a horrible mistake that would have been. I would have missed every opportunity to learn from my sets, to learn the information. Like, I'll highlight it again, dude. You only saying only bring your bangers. That's a fucking great advice.
Yeah.
Do not waste the time on saying a joke that doesn't hit and murder. And I get, like, in a 15-minute set, padding your set with some of those soft hitters and building up to the bigger laughter. But if you got 1 minute,
1
motherfucker,
minute.
be funny.
1 minute, dude.
So
Yeah.
what I'll say this, quick highlight, I got me and Cameron both. Can I get a little? Hey! We'll be in Denver for our first road show from the Austin scene, just for being us at Nashville. We got booked off of just traveling around and doing our shit.
Fuck
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
That's cool as fuck, dude.
That's why
Hell
it's always
yeah.
important to get outside of your local scene and really advocate for yourself as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes. So if you guys, anybody that's in Denver, be looking out for these two fellas.
please
They're hard to miss.
Oh yeah. Especially because he has his cock out. It's like fucking huge, dude. Ron
Yeah, it's
Germany, huge.
Yeah, it's so long, man. It just hangs outside of my pant leg. So just watch out. Make sure you don't trip over it.
If you see a guy walking down the street dragging his dickhead along the pavement, you found the right guy.
I'm a pain slut. What can I say? It's calloused, but in a good way.
I was just about to say that.
Sensitivity.
I also got a open invitation to Atlanta, which was really interesting and mind blowing that happened. The guys that I met from that scene in the line there at the Nashville arena, it was crazy, bro. They were super nice, very polite.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was an overall good vibe in Nashville, man. It really was. I also, I think I told you this, but I have little connections out in Ohio. So, one of them happens to be Dave Chappelle's spot. Yeah, so
Brother.
you let me know.
Hey, dude. I know everybody's trying to get me into an apartment,
Yes.
but if they would rather buy a plane ticket and get me to Ohio and get a hotel room so I can go to Dave Chappelle's club and do what I do, bro, that's one of the reasons the whole hard working shit comes from, like, something that Dave Chappelle was known for doing, is that he would fucking go out on the street and tell his jokes.
At 14 years old.
Yeah. And just do it. Like, he knew something that nobody else knew. And I don't know, man. I've had a lot of, recently, some experiences that have been crazy. I barked in about 40 people the other day in a Congo line to a place called Cheers for my open mic.
Yeah.
The bar was like, holy shit, what the hell?
Yeah.
And on average, I'm barking anywhere from, like, on a good night, 60 to 120 people to 3 different bars.
Nice.
Not the same people. And
Dang.
sometimes they are. And sometimes I recently had a double dipper. He came back both nights. Was so excited and loved it. You know, it's been very awesome. I've been doing a lot more crowd work, on my feet work. You know,
Yeah.
there's something about it, dude. I'm hooked, dude. I'm an addict of comedy. That's it. That's basically what I could say, dude.
So, everybody listening right now, what you're hearing is a man that has been strategically planning his future because this is something that he wants to thrive and kill at and make a career. So, I already mentioned it about a month ago. We ended up raising some funds for you. I transferred that to you so that you could use that for what you need to use it
Fuck
for.
yeah, helped me
Um,
out a hell of a lot, dude. It was
but
a big help.
it's still open. So those of you that are interested in helping out, because it's one thing like if a person's like kind of panhandling and asking for money, you know what I mean? It's another thing when somebody's legitimately putting their heart and their soul into something that they truly love. And so we still have the GoFundMe open. So if you guys wanted to fund this man's dream and you
Hey,
love seeing him going along for the ride, go check out the GoFundMe.
I will say this too on that. There's one thing, like if there's a goddamn Santa Claus watching this right now, there's one thing that I want. It's there's like a battery pack. It's about $800. Takes about 2 hours to charge, but I wouldn't have to run a generator down in the city.
Yeah.
So
Well, all right. Yeah, we'll make a
just
wish list.
wish list. I hate to even be like that, but fuck it, dude. I'm trying to make everybody laugh, not just some people. you
Yeah.
know?
I personally feel, and I'm not saying this because you're my boy and we've been talking for a while and all that. I truly have this feeling that we are communicating right now with a person who is going to make it in comedy.
Bro,
So that's why I put a lot of emphasis on you
bro.
and try to give you the spotlight that you deserve. And it's going to pay off, man.
I'm sorry about breaking the 11th commandment. Everybody else was wrong, but me and fucking Zach No Breaks the Strider was right. The 11th commandment is thou shalt not miss an episode of CWG. And I do apologize, fellas, for missing 2 weeks. It has been crazy. I mean, I've been marketing. I did quit working at Shakespeare's. Nothing wrong with the place. It just wasn't the right environment for me and what I needed to do with comedy. I didn't come to work at a bar. I came to work and do comedy.
Yeah.
And so since doing that, I got offered a position to host the late night mic at Narbar
Okay.
with Matt Rivera. Um, I've had several opportunities to join the JFC crew and help them in their opportunities at any place that they're at. I mean, a lot of the production crews around here, they're very nice and grateful. And, I'm just trying to figure out that process, you
Yeah.
know. But it's been nice in a way because it's crazy, dude. When you walk 40 people into a bar behind you like a damn Congo line, and then you go to the next bar. Last night I was at a place, dude, and there was probably about 8 people in there. It wasn't a bad crowd, but it wasn't a great crowd.
Mhm.
40 minutes, dude. I don't know. There's at least 40. Were you there last night? No.
Yeah, it was good seeing you.
Wasn't it packed?
Hell yeah.
Dude, there was a camera guy at the bar, and I was like, dude, I hate to ask you this, but I promise you, I'm about to go here and fuck this place up, and I'm gonna be a legend one day. And I was like, you got a camera? I hate to ask you to do something for free with your art form, but I could really use your assistance. And he fucking came in there, dude, and I tore the place down, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's what's up.
I do also want to also admit, and this is a shout out. I got a shout out. It's to my South Korean princess that I've been seeing for the past month. She recently left me to go tour the rest of this shitty place we call America. But the best piece of land in real estate was right here in Austin, Texas, trying to be a comedian, you know. And she put up with a lot of shit, dude. I took her on the short bus. I met her. This is a true story, okay? We'll end it on this. This is really good. I barked her in at a show at Narbar. And I don't ever buy a lady a drink. But this night I decided, like, hey, she's going to come in and check out comedy. hey, I got her a drink. I'm acting like I'm a baller, even though I'm homeless, right? Get her situated and everything. She's sitting right at the front of the fucking stage. I go in right before I get up and hey, let me get a beer. Someone laid a butt plug there on the counter, you know? It was like purple and clear. It was kind of small. It's not like my size, but it would fit somebody. But
Why'd you
Man,
look
my
back?
asshole's too gaping, dude. That butt plug was way too small.
no, but I was like, hey, can I use that? And like the person, they won it from a claw machine in the bar.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the bartender and that person look at me and were like, what the fuck? I was like, no, not can I use that? Like for a bit, I'm a comedian. Like, can I use that for a prop on stage? And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I had no idea exactly what the fuck I was gonna say. But boys, when I tell you I came up with something so magical and just when they talk about being in the pocket, you couldn't ask for a more true definition of in the pocket. I got on stage, right? And I'm all like, I tell you guys, I'm not telling no jokes tonight. Motherfuckers, I'm in love, dude. I don't like online dating. See, I'm hopeless romantic. And I believe in love at first sight. And I looked down at her right at the stage, right? And I got down on one knee. And I was like, ma'am, I can build houses. I can change a tire, open jars, and kill spiders. And I swear to God, I'd be the happiest man if you married me. And I pull out this fucking butt plug in between my fingers, just like this. Just like this, you know? And I hand it to her, and she was like, I'm sorry, I'm holding a microphone. It's good practice, people.
Yeah.
She's
And she
like,
was
what
like,
is
"Hi,
it?
hi, hi, shine, hi, hi, shine,
Look,
shine."
she's like, what is it? She's like, what is it? I said, well, it's not real, but I promise you, I'll get you a real one day, you know? She said, what is it? I was like, well, it's an engagement ring. And then she still, one more time, she goes, but what is it? I was like, it's a butt plug. Boys, we're tearing it up. And I went into my bit from there.
You know, what he left out is he called it a ring pop, and then she went, tastes like chocolate.
Oh, shit. No, then you found out later on that the only thing she knew how to say in English is, what is it?
Yeah. No, but she's an amazing woman, and I really do miss her. It's so sad that Amazon delivery for returns is only 30 days. You know?
Oh, shit. No, it wouldn't be Amazon. In her case, it would be Temu.
Oh, dude, you have no idea how true that is, dude.
Yeah.
But nah, anyways, so that's life. You know, that's what's been up with me, dude.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. But do you want to shout out any socials?
Fuck yeah, I do. Austin, Texas comedy. Anybody coming here to the Austin, Texas comedy scene, if you're on Instagram, you should fucking get on there and you should check it out because it will educate you on where there's a lot of places. Also, I have been changing my name on Facebook a lot like people change genders too often. And I come up with a good one today. I think I'm going to stick with it for now. It's offender dot jokes.
There we go. I like it.
It seems pretty simple. Gary G is going to be having me on his show at 2 minutes to midnight in Denver. He's coming with me. We're flying out there. We're going to be doing Madison Square Garden. Motherfuckers, we're coming. We're bringing energy and cum. I mean, not from me, but definitely from him.
I've got enough for the both of us.
I want to shout out to Broke Comedy. That's a really good podcast and girl that gets a lot of clips from this downtown scene.
Yes.
See her all over the place. I mean, dude, we had a fun time in Nashville, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we tried recording some stuff at the end of it, but after 4 days, son, I was I was pretty tired.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for
Yeah, after
sure.
4 days and 40 beers a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Snitches get stitches. Now, it's been a good time, guys. Thank you, guys, Harmon and Travis. Bro, I miss you guys.
Thank
bro.
you.
Yeah,
I've got a
we
quick
still
shout out before we bounce out.
Yes,
Please
sir.
always follow me on Instagram, See the Dude. That's SEE the Dude, spelled very normally. I'm going to be on Francisco Rincon's show come May 15th over at the Cabana Club down here in Austin. So please check out that show and also his Instagram. So that's Cisco Comedy. It's spelled CIS Comedy. So please follow him as well. He's a great guy. He goes up at the mothership as well. Great comic.
Okay.
Oh, and
will
May
do.
10th. I almost forgot, dude. You're on my show as well, right?
Yeah, there's something.
Callan Reen, a legend here in this Austin scene, a guy doing his own thing, beating to his own drum, finally got a contract
Yes, sir.
with the Hilton to do some comedy there.
He beats his own street, man. He created a whole new path for himself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's just a couple of blocks over off of 4th. It's literally a hop, skip, and a jump from 6th. You wouldn't even think you're off of 6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's going to be a good opportunity. It's in May 10th. I think we're both on the show. I think I might be hosting. I've hosted a couple mics here in the past couple weeks. A couple people were like, didn't know you could do that. I was like, yeah, I was beat as a child. I know how to listen.
I know how to say the right things.
Right. Right. All right, awesome. Well, anybody in the Austin area, go check them out. Go check out all their socials. Check out, what was it, Cis Comedy, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Cis Comedy on Instagram, and Broke Comedy. That's spelled a little different though, right? It's like
It
BR.
is, bro. We had this conversation.
I think it's like BROQUE.
UQE.
Yeah.
I don't know.
BROQUE Comedy.
The only broke I know is the regular broke, like the white trash broke, just like
Yeah.
I look, I look like I'm white trash, but I won the lottery today, and I was like, fuck it, who needs a bus, dude?
You
I
look
want
like
this. This
you
is
look like
cool.
white trash that won the lottery and also beat up Tony Hinchcliffe in an alley and stole his shirt.
No, dude. I look like Kid Rock's friend from Nashville that Tony got invited back to the hotel with. It was like, I don't know, he is kind of cute.
You look like Kid Smokes Rock.
Kid Smokes Rock, yeah. Man, he tried accusing me of that. That's so messed up that he fucking said that shit to me, dude. I'm offended.
Hey, well, you are offended.
Imagine if that's the rock I gave Cam was a fucking meth rock.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
All right, gentlemen.
But-
hey, y'all make the world a better place and comedy a fucking fun time, dude. Thank you so fucking much, dude.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you.
Always. Oh, we love you too,
love
man.
y'all too.
Always a pleasure, guys. All right. Well, that was Offender. And that was Cameron Chase as well. So this brings us to the end of our episode. What a great episode.
Oh yeah. Like we keep on saying it and it never stops being true that every episode just gets better and better and better. We're not slowing down, we're not moving backwards. It's straight up.
Yeah. It's straight up. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw, and you'll come again next week. Travis, if you would like to shout out your podcast that you do every Tuesday.
Yeah, every Tuesday, the Vibecast on Firegen Media on YouTube. That's FIREDJINN. We have a great time. That podcast is growing pretty rapidly too. Lots of viewers, lots of great conversations. And the next episode on next Tuesday is going to have a surprise twist. If you want to know more about that, like the Firegen page on Facebook, there will be an announcement coming tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, feel free to use any of the joke concepts that you have seen in this episode or past episodes. If it's something that's helping you out with your creative writing process, if something really resonated with you that you feel like you can, kind of write more about, feel free to use them all. This is Harmon with Comedy Writers Guild, Travis with Comedy Writers Guild. We love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday. Love y'all. Peace. Oh, one last thing. Shout out to Alexa Irizarry. Go follow her on Facebook. Hilarious. She's a good troll on Facebook too. You guys will really enjoy it. And love y'all. Good night.
Good night. Peace.
Could you call them a bunch of cocksuckers for me?
They're all a bunch of cocksuckers, but they did a great job tonight.
That's right.
I love you.
You
brother.
did a great job. Love you, Joey.